something there, right? Yeah.
All right.
In my experience, men can say to a woman, "We're done." Yeah. Even if he goes back to us, "I'm sorry, I was vexed." Yeah. But a woman will hope the man gets the message and move on and not contact the brother. You see that we're done. Men can do it more because some women fear that if I do it, the men may not accept it. So what they do is they cease contact and hope the man gets the message. You see now?
Yeah.
Because it's more dangerous for two guys to clash than two women to clash.
Who said that? Where'd you get that from?
What?
Women kill women out here in these streets. What are you talking about?
Listen,
Are you okay?
no guy wants to be the guy.
Live, we're live.
Yeah. We're getting better at figuring that out now.
Yeah. It's starting to come up on the little left-hand corner on the Zoom now.
Hang on, let me close this. Right. We are here.
Girl.
Wow.
Wow.
Sorry, guys, we are late. We are getting messages. And people, you going live? And when you're under pressure, when things like it's been one of those
Under pressure.
Huh?
Under pressure, big time.
Yeah. Can you hear me echoing? I've got no furniture in there because the building.
Not really. I can't even hear you echoing like that at all.
Good. All right, my love. What's been going on? How's your day been?
Long.
Yeah.
Long. It's been a long day. It's been a bit of a woosah kind of day.
Yeah.
But yeah. How you doing?
I've had a stressful day. Building works are never easy.
Big time. Sorry. Oh. Yeah.
Hang on. We are live now. Boom, boom, boom. I'll go back and do the tags once we get into it.
We got Shorting and John Shaft saying hi.
Oh, hey. I've got to share the link at some point in my WhatsApp as well. I'll do that in a minute. But yeah, so as you know, my mum, we had a leak under the bath, which leaked down into her front room. And we had to get the insurance in. So the insurance came in, basically done a whole bunch of assessments and done a whole bunch of assessments. Oh, Angela. Oh, 1 second, Angie. Done a whole bunch of assessments, removed all of our furniture, ripped out the ceiling, put a new ceiling in. But it's stressful. So then I decided to decorate my flat at the same time so that we can just have one big shift and, just nice, freshen up and go into what's been, it's been a challenging year. So I feel like if we are going to come out of this, it would be nice to start fresh. And I just think building works, when people don't do what they say they're going to do, it can be stressful. I don't want to go into it here and now because it's going to just lower the tone of the whole evening. But it's just stressful. Building works is stressful. You just want them to get out. So yeah, my day's been long. Yeah. To say
it's just been day.
Yeah. Let me just text Angela. Angie, if you're watching, you're in the weight room, but if you're watching, we'll let you in once we started the conversation. Michelle, if you can find Angie or message Angie and just conversate with her, and then you can liaise with her and let her know when we're going to let her in. So yeah, we're going to talk about some of the topics that if this works today, because it's that kind of day.
Because of the kind of day we've had.
Yeah, why would it work? Do you know what I mean? Why is this at the top now? I don't understand why this is here. Right, so 1 second. All right. So, first topic now. Is it okay to date a friend's ex? This came up because Portia Williams broke the internet. Everyone's been talking about Portia Williams and the fact that she brought Fallon onto the Real Housewives of Atlanta. So any of you guys that watch the Real Housewives of Atlanta out there, you know what we're talking about. She brought a new character on to the Real Housewives of Atlanta named Fallon. And she went over to her house. I don't know if you guys remember, but they went over to Fallon's house.
October was the last time they were there, by the way, which isn't long ago. October. Okay.
October.
Let's put that into perspective.
Pool, yeah?
Yeah.
She there was the scene that stuck with me is because Fallon must have said to Simon, her husband, to fetch some drinks. So off he went to fetch these drinks. And then she must have said to him, she told him to turn the bubbles on in the pool. So we turned the bubbles on in the pool. And Portia said, I need to get me a rich husband that I tell him to go do shit and he just goes and does it. And I remembered laughing, thinking, child, we all need a rich husband. But I didn't think that she was in the woman's pool.
Talking about that husband, that particular husband right there.
Yeah. So, sound off. What do you think? Before we go into it, should we admit Angela? Because I said that she could come in and sound off her opinion, but she's in the waiting room already. So should we admit her?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. All right, let's see if... Ange is connecting to audio. Hey, Olu.
Hey, Olu, Alicia, Agnes, Shanties. Hey, guys.
Sure thing. Agnes, is she even still there? It's saying she's connecting to audio. Okay, well, I don't know what's happening with Angela, so let's go back to sharing screen. What do you think? What do you think of what we've said?
Girl. Now, okay.
Let me sit back.
I love me some Portia, and I can't stand me some Kenya.
Right.
I think Kenya's a bully witch, yeah? But I love Portia, yeah? But Portia.
Yeah.
Portia.
Yeah.
You is wrong, okay? You is wrong. There's one thing, if you go to someone's house, yeah?
Yeah.
And you walk out with someone's lighter, yeah? What you don't do is walk out of someone's house with their husband.
With their whole husband.
Saying that, she can't, he's not a lighter, so he can't be carried if he didn't want to be lifted out of there. Or if he didn't even initiate it himself. But all I'm saying is, I still think, is it real? Because the way Portia was all coy about Bolo, but she's going on all out and bad and wrong and strong about this, I'm like, is this a storyline or is this bullshit?
That's what people are saying. storyline, definitely. Bravo apparently, allegedly, have offered her a spin-off series, which is going to focus on the fact that she's pregnant, because apparently she's pregnant. So when did this?
What?
Yes, girl.
Oh, no. No, I need a sec. Hold on.
Yeah.
And I don't like to judge people's situation because you never know. And I hate judgy shit. But it's wrong. I don't give a fuck. And another reason why I thought it was fake is because apparently he was friends with, what's her ex's name? What's Portia's ex's name? Dennis.
Yeah.
So that Simon guy was friends with Dennis. Then they're all standing there together with Portia in the middle, smiling, happy couples, and he's congratulating Portia. And he's standing there smiling like Zippy from Rainbow. Yeah. Like, is this real? Like, I'm like, no. I know that they're engaged to get married.
Yeah.
But they reckon they've only been seeing each other a month.
A month. You were sleeping with that woman's husband when you was bubbling up in her pool, eating her food, drinking her beverages, and yeah, coveting her husband. So it's possible if you're pregnant and engaged in a month, it's ridiculous. So it's possible that from October, I reckon, allegedly, we don't want to get sued, because the thing is, we don't even really go into hot topics on celebrities, so we don't have to deal with all of that. But this is something that I don't know. It's a topic that really gets under my skin.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't like. I don't like the idea of people befriending you and then stabbing in your back. It's a double whammy, because even if because what Portia is saying is that we're not friends. That's how the show put it
Fuck
out.
off. You was in her house. Like, don't try that. Don't try that. We're not friends. Even if you're saying it's for the show, you was in her house. You was in her pool. You was there. Like, just stop it. You was taking up for her when she was arguing with that girl Latoya. It's an acquaintance. It's too close to home.
Yeah.
Like, he's Dennis's friend. Either way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like good friend apparently. The man's not cute. I don't usually go in on looks. Yeah. Yeah, and he seems a bit arrogant and ignorant. Like, what is it for? Like, what is going on, Portia? Like, I love me some Portia, but I was like, Portia, don't do this, because I can't defend her when I'm there taking up for her.
Portia, people say Portia's stupid. Portia's not stupid, yeah. I think Portia's very clever, and this is why I say this, because if you remember when she first came onto the show, she was about to get fired, and then she turned it around at the reunion, so they kept her on. Then the whole thing happened with Phaedra, and me included. I was like, so you really lied on the woman, or because I didn't believe that she was. I didn't realize. I don't think she didn't realize that Phaedra was lying until the end. I think that was between them, and then Phaedra took one for the team. Yeah. I don't feel that's stupid. But a lot of people were coming at her for that, because Candy at that time was the people's champ. But Portia managed to turn it around. So I was looking at her sideways, because I think, well, you're a bit dumb, and you say some stupid shit, and you just made people use you as a pawn. You just come out with this whole lie on the woman, and nah, I'm not here for you, Portia. And then gradually, when my opinion changed of her. But nah, going into the Sandra Martin saying they done one scene together.
No, they didn't. They didn't. They didn't do one scene.
I've highlighted one of your comments as well. And it doesn't matter if they've done one scene. They've done one scene together, but no, they've not done one scene. What am I talking about?
They've done a few.
how many scenes together. There's pictures floating about when they're doing their pretty girl poses. And remember the picture's stunning when Portia's touching her knee. They were acquaintances. They were close enough. Don't come in my house and eat my food, drink my drink, and covet my husband. But saying that, your husband shouldn't be so easy to steal.
Yeah. And Assia was saying that that he had another girl in March, innit? Because another girl came forward.
Yeah, a white girl came forward and said that they were all foo-la-la-ing out there in those streets. So
for me, I just think there's one thing when something's close to home, when you kind of know of someone and it's their ex. Me personally, I think it's too close to home. That's just me. But I would understand if someone got with someone that they knew their ex, they just knew of them. But to have someone where you've been in the house and you've chilled with them together and you've kind of been to their party, I just think, nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
It's not on. It's not on.
Nah.
Olu, say, hey, Olu. Hey. Olu's always fair in love and war. Disagree. So, no, disagree.
No.
As if Portia is for the streets, not friendship.
Listen.
No, she said Portia is for the streets, not friendship. Sandra, your head black. You're on your own, Sandra Martin. She's for the streets.
Nah, man, it's not all fair in love and war, because you got to think about what you would like done to you.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Because the whole time my mind would be working. So he was really sitting in my house, eyeing up chicken drumsticks and my man, like the whole time. Like, nah.
Not chicken drumsticks.
Chicken drumsticks. That's what you get when you come to my house. So you can't be there eyeing up like my man and this, and then you want to turn around and say we're not friends. Random people don't just come to my house.
Yeah. Well, then
again,
for a show.
It's Pappy show, man. It's Pappy show, because we're just not doing that. You can't be doing that in people's house. You can't be getting in people's pool. Like, don't get in my pool. I'll be vexed if she was in my pool.
Drinking their champagne and eating their canapes.
Yeah, he's wrong as well. Obviously, he's wrong. He's a dutty, but they're dutties. They're dutties in this together. I think it's fucking out of order.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's a kick in the teeth. And I always think about how I would feel in a certain situation. Yeah. And I would hate to feel however this Fallon is feeling, because it's just in her boat as well. Like, she can't even escape it. It's just all up in her boat. She can't escape it.
Yeah.
But it's just a kick in the teeth. And I just wouldn't want to be the woman doing that consciously, fucking relentlessly. Don't give a fuck to another woman. That's not done me nothing.
Yeah. 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 It's
too out of order.
Not right. It's not right at all.
Mm.
Now my batteries want to die. This is great. Yeah, let's just.
No, they're saying they're not friends. It was for the show. I know, but I was saying that it's not even about. It's about coming into someone's house and being around people like that, and then just taking off with their man like that. I think it's wrong. So you were definitely acquaintances. You were acquainted, even if it was through the show. You became acquaintances. You went to our yard. Him and Dennis knew each other and whatever. I just think it's mad.
Yeah,
it's mad.
It's not right. I don't. You know, it just makes you wonder what morals people hold, because there's certain things you would do as a young'un, but as we get older, there's certain principles and basic understanding of treating people the way you would want to be treated. So people are justifying this and they weren't a friend, but it's basic decency. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's if you're around her and you're I can't.
So, Simone said, but would you, let's be real, would you let Portia in your yard around your man? Not now. For sure. No, no way, not anymore.
I want to have the kind of man that respects himself enough to, you know, I've seen it happen. I've watched it played out. I've watched it where people have been hurt because their friends slept with their man. I've experienced it. In my younger days, I've experienced it, but now I would like to think I would choose a man that if he's gonna cheat, I'm not gonna accept that, but he would not cheat with my friend, because you're gonna understand basic principles of that scenario. You know that's gonna be a double whammy. That's a double knife. So if you cheat, that's heartbreaking as it is. But if you cheat with a friend, that's a double loyalty diss. And even if it's an acquaintance, I'm not here for it. I don't think it's right at all.
No.
So, let's some of the comments say.
No. What did the No Bravado Crew say?
No Bravado Crew said, Natty NPW said he's worth 40 million for some. Friendship goes out the window, and that's sad. Do you agree with that?
What's that?
What are you saying?
Well, I think as well, as they're saying, I know that they weren't friends, but they were definitely acquaintances. So even more so, Portia thought, fucking 40 mil, Fallon. So out of the two Fs, she went for 40 mil.
Not my friend like that.
Nah, there's no, as Olu said, it seems like girl code went out the window. Girl code went out the window. Marriage vows are go out the window. It all just kind of went left.
Yeah. Turn your phone landscape. Your phone. So that you
like that?
No, that's perfect.
Okay.
Move it back so I can see your whole beautiful face.
I can't move it any back because of the setting I've got. Yeah.
Oh, is that why? There you go.
Yeah. I've tipped it up a bit.
Okay. Little bit down, and then you're good. Yes. We have it. Yes, we have it.
Yeah.
Katie Ryan said, I don't think it's okay to date a friend's ex. I find it a little weird. This situation, though, is insane. Only in October, Portia was at the lady's house, swimming in the pool, eating her food, and in less than 7 months, Simon has divorced his wife and got engaged. Laughing out loud, madness. If you watch the episode of them in the house, it makes the situation even worse. He speaks about marriage, and his ex-wife speaks about renewing vows, all in front of Portia. I like Portia, though. She carried the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Yeah, I like Portia out of all of them, but she out of order. And I didn't even know that. I don't even remember that bit about renewing vows and all that. That just makes it worse. Yeah. It does. It does.
Don't watch that. Portia had no business in the people's house. No, Simone said Portia had no business in the people's house. Why are you there if you're married to your husband? And people are justifying this shit. Like, her fans are riding for her hard. Twisted. They're riding for her hard and justifying it. Sandra such as taking Nene's place.
This kind of chick will get pregnant ASAP to ensure she has a retainer for life.
Okay, Angela said she's free. Let me admit Angela.
Okay.
She wants to hop on and sign off. Okay. Read out Michelle's comment.
Michelle said, to me, there is layers. In my opinion, it's a no. However, if this is an ex from when you were teenagers and you're now in your 30s, 40s, then there is some wiggle room. But someone your friend was married to and they have not even finished signing the divorce papers, for me, it's a no. And I don't believe that person was ever your friend.
Nah, yeah, definitely not. All right.
No.
Participants. Admit. Let's see if we can. Angie, you gonna turn on your camera? Yeah, here she is. Hey. Now, are you really slurping the drink on the screen, Natalie?
Proper.
Like loud as well. Hear us, Ange. Are you on? Oh, she's connecting to audio still.
Okay.
Hi everyone.
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
Sorry. Hello, lovely.
Hiya.
Hello, lovely.
Sorry about our latest. We had some technical issues. It's just been one of
That's okay.
bad
I've got
days.
some childcare challenges. Yes. My son is wide awake. Yeah. Okay. So,
Portia.
girls, I'm gonna throw a spanner in the works. Okay.
Oh gosh.
But before you start jumping on me, I agree. I think what she did was not cool. Was wrong. Yeah.
Right.
I don't know all the full facts about the situation. I think you guys. Okay, fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
But at the same time, girls, I'm just trying to span in the works. Let's bear in mind, she's in Atlanta. Atlanta has a shortage of men, right? Look, let's be honest with ourselves, okay? Some of us, we tend to move around in the same circles, in our own circles. You understand? So sometimes there could be a guy that you like, but then later when you find out that it's your friend's ex or what have you, you understand? Then obviously you step back. Now, sometimes it gets to a point where as we get older, our circles even become more tighter. Do you understand? So it also gets to a point, like I know in my community, I'm from Ghana, so my Ghanaian community is quite tight. So even me, preferably, I don't really like dating Ghanaian guys that much because they all tend to like, our community is just too tight anyway. So it gets to a point then, girls, you just get, I'm not justifying what Portia's done, but I'm assuming one, Atlanta's a shortage of men, yeah? You know, there's a lot of men out there as well in Atlanta who are gay.
But can I just say, that the world is so much bigger than Atlanta? Portia Williams is a superstar and is beautiful.
Gorgeous. But Trish, she's not a superstar. Trish, I don't think
Portia's a superstar by doing this now. She broke the internet.
Yeah, but you know what? She's not financially there, Trisha. She might look the part compared to some of the other Real Housewives of Atlanta. She might look the part. She's like one of the baddest chicks on there. Do you understand? What I like about it, she's quite real.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? She's not too fake. But at the same time, ladies, I don't think she's really cutting it financially, like how she might put it out there. She might have enough money to maintain herself, but Portia is definitely not. She's not quite there yet financially to where she wants to be. She saw this guy as a great opportunity. Yeah, again, I don't know whether she had already broken up with her friend's man or whatever. That's not really the point. She shouldn't have really gone there. But at the same time, the day that we live in today, girls, a lot of girls are out for the cash. They don't want to suffer. They're out for the cash. Now, the fact she went for a friend's man, no, it's not the best. Yeah, and it's so rapid and so quick, it's not really the best. But at the same time, a lot of chicks are doing this. They are doing this. Maybe not so blatant like that, like their friends' ex. But I know situations right now where friends are dating other friends' kids' fathers and stuff like that. It's happening. As long as the money's there, yeah, most girls ain't gonna say no. They're gonna go for it. They're gonna go for the money. So yes, I think in the old days, maybe our generation, it was a bit like, I remember our generation, it was a bit like, okay, I've heard a guy approaches you, I've heard you've got a girlfriend, I'm not really interested. I think in this day and age now, girls, not every girls, don't quote me, but especially, I can't say the younger crew even that, but I think in this day and I think morals have changed. Girls more, people are more, and boys as well, are more about the material things or the lifestyle rather than really working hard to get there.
Yeah.
And girls, when they see opportunity, Portia will get pregnant quickly, trust me. She's gonna have a baby very soon. Make sure she's not pregnant. She pregnant already?
Apparently, yeah.
Oh, that's pure strategy. Pure strategy. She ain't gonna put it up. So my thing is that yeah, we can give her a hard time, but if we're realistic, this is what's happening. This is what's happening. The day that we live in today, this is what's happening. People are doing that kind of stuff. Girls are doing that stuff. Before, the girl code was real. Today's world, the girl code's not really that real. As long as she feels secure, yeah, financially, she's already got a kid. Her hot dog ex, I don't know how he's. I hear that he's, well, I don't know him personally, but apparently a lot of the stars on these shows, they act like they got more money in the bank than what they actually have.
Yeah.
Now she's a Nigerian guy now that is all of that. And look, you could, not in a bad way, but you can, for me, I don't really see how she got with him like that physically.
Yeah.
But if she's tasted what he's all about by going to his house and being entertained there, she's never gonna pass that up. So I don't really see why people are so surprised about what's happening here.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what it is? I think sometimes, yeah, especially because you're saying, especially if you're not built like that, yeah,
you guys,
you will never understand it. You will just be like, nah, like, it was just shocking.
Yeah.
Nat, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
I'm just going to turn off my video for a minute whilst I sort something out. Can you guys just chat for a minute?
Yeah.
Go, Natalie.
Yeah, so I think what it is, I think it came out the blue because we watched the show and then randomly, once the show was done, this came out. That was random.
Yeah.
So I think no one saw that coming. And then as well, I think, as you were saying, there's a lot of us that we're not like that. We didn't grow like that. And we didn't see that. So I feel like I have seen it. I've seen it a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously, this is a publicized one. And I have the same reaction every single time. And I think it's because I don't like to share, man. I don't necessarily want to be around my man's ex, let alone know them.
Yes.
It's not fun for me. I don't think that's fun. So I'm trying to look at it from that, but definitely, I think in America especially, it's a money thing.
I think here, Natalie. I think here.
Which is
maybe not our generation, maybe the younger crew. Do you know what I mean? When I speak to the younger girls that I know, they say, I got this weekend, it was my birthday, so I was with like my little cousin, and this is what she said to me. She said to me, my generation was about, we went to school to be taught how to get a 9-to-5 job. Yeah. Her generation, she's in her early 30s, they were taught to get a job, but also be a bit creative. Yeah. Apparently the younger generation now, the 20-year-olds, late 20s, they're just on a pure hustle, whether that's a pure social influencing thing, whether it's being financed by an uncle, whether that's being financed by different guys. They're not born to work 9 to 5. All they're up for is looking for a guy that will maintain their lifestyle. That's what they're looking for. They're not going to work 9 to 5 like us. They're not interested in that. They're seeing people literally living all these high profile lifestyle on social media. As we know, most of it is not always real, but that's how they're being brought up. So that's what they're looking for. They're not going to work. They're not going to work to do that. You understand? So for me, it's like Portia. I mean, when I heard it, everyone was talking about it. I was a bit shocked, but at the same time, I was like, but this is just a product of the society that we live in now. And I think a lot of girls, I can't really say a lot of girls, that's a bit unfair for me to say, to be honest. But look, girls ain't really going to pass up a rich guy. Yeah? A guy maybe just walks into your life. I mean, I think our generation, we have to like the person, where I think maybe those people that are really on the money like that, like Portia, they don't really care. They'll get to like the guy just because of his money. Purely because of his money, they'll get to like the guy. Do you understand? So I just feel like our morals have just changed. They've just evolved now. So this is just like a product of what the society that we live in now. And I think, see, Atlanta, small place, Portia, I can't really see her traveling that much. I can't really see Portia traveling that much. They're like Atlanta diehard people. So for me, I mean, I've been to Atlanta. I went to Atlanta myself ages ago. And I never forget, I would go out and I met this guy there, and we noticed my friends and stuff. We noticed like every night he was with a different girl. And we asked him, hey, who's your girlfriend, or how are you getting away with that, right? And he simply said to us that he can do that. There's not enough guys in Atlanta. So the girls in Atlanta, they're happy to share the guys. There's not enough guys in Atlanta. There's a high population of gay guys. and they just
Gay men, yeah.
yeah, gay men, yeah. So there was enough, and that was I went to Atlanta like probably about a good 13, 14 years ago, Natalie. That was a long time ago, and now with all these materialistic things, I mean, for Portia now, she's told herself she's hit the jackpot, and trust me, I'm sure her mum's behind that. Her mum's behind all of that as well. Her mum was behind that because once she's getting paid, they're all getting paid. You understand? I think that's just the world we live in. And Portia, just by her appearing in Housewife of Atlanta, I don't think that's really cutting her lifestyle how she wants it to be.
No.
And she's extremely gorgeous, so she can get away with that. She can get a guy like that. But that's my view.
Because she's always kind of gone for the men with money from when she first went on there. Yeah. And there was a really nice guy, like a childhood sweetheart she was seeing. He seemed like a really nice guy as well, like the least arrogant guy that she's been with. And she broke it off because of his job. He wasn't
I remember.
There.
Yeah, I remember.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
So that I can understand. But the way she comes across as this, you know, she's for the people, she's for the this, I just thought, oh, you're just shitting on people like that.
I can imagine. Yeah, and bearing in mind as well, Natalie, remember them girls are probably they're all compete. Look at them when they're sitting at a dinner table. They're probably they're all competing against each other.
Yeah.
Right? This one's getting a private jet. Oh, has she afforded a private jet? They're all competing. So for her now, she okay, there's different levels. I think there's different levels of their own finances there or their own wealth, what have you. But if she just sees a shortcut for Portia, I don't know what Portia has apart from the House of Atlanta. I know she had a hairline, I think her wig line at one point. I'm not sure what else she's doing.
Got handled by Portia. You're right, because people are saying she's broke and she
ain't got money. She ain't got money.
You're in the bag through Dennis and the lifestyle. Because Dennis is worth 10 million, this guy's worth 40.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So
yeah,
it's the numbers game. It's a numbers game. She'll get pregnant, and then she's got a retainer for life. She's sex.
The two of them.
And I also feel like, to be honest, in that kind of celebrity, influencer, reality TV, whatever world, to be honest, there is always like kind of an interlock sometimes. So even if you watch the English ones, I've got a bad habit of watching Towie. It's such trash TV. But I can't tell you, a bag of them have seen the same guy in that whole circle and stuff like that. I feel like it's in that scene, in that kind of celebrity scene, or that kind of, they kind of do more, they got more wiggle room, but they kind of more do what they want. They don't really care. Yeah. And they can jump from one person to the next, even if it's your person. They don't really business. So I have noticed that. So that would make me ask you guys as well.
Yeah.
Sort of off topic, but on topic. Could you do one of them shows?
No.
I've got to be broke. I've got to be a celebrity that's when I've used all my money up. Because I don't understand how you can be rich and you want to, never rich, okay, wealthy. I understand if you're happy with your bank, with your income, you wouldn't need to do that kind of show. Because when you go on that kind of show, it's all about exposing yourself for TV viewings. Yeah. You can't really go in there and just be good old, whatever, good old Angela, everything's perfect. Nobody wants to watch that. So people want to see you go through ups and downs. So it's all about TV ratings. I'm sure they're under a lot of pressure. If you're not exciting in the show, you're coming off next season. Yeah. You understand? So
and it's like people are paid to push your buttons.
Yeah.
And it's like literally paid for you to pop off 24/7. And I look at some of the scenarios and how they talk about each other, and they're friends one minute and they're not friends the next minute, which is seems to be another kind of thing in that life. And I don't do that, you know. I'm kind of one way. Like, once if you cross a line, we can't talk again, not for filming, not for nothing. Like, I'm kind of done. And it's just a way, and like I said, people are kind of paid to push your buttons and for you to kind of pop off. I could not do it because the way I would be biting up the bait, I wouldn't. I couldn't do it. But
Natalie, to be fair, but if you're getting paid, you might be different. If I'm getting paid, if I've got nothing else coming,
like through a table at you.
No.
What's the point?
Through a table at me, like how Nene
basketball wives, and arguing. My girl, what's her? I can't remember her name because I stopped watching.
Malaysia.
All of them, I stopped watching. Housewives, only the franchise that's only the reality TV that's got me, and that's soon gone. But Malaysia, that was it. Who had an argument with someone and decided that she was going to pick up a table and throw it at her. I'm getting paid for you to throw a table at me. But it's not going to end well.
Of course it's not going to end well. It's not going to end well.
It won't.
It's not going to end well. But Trisha, if you're getting
I don't think they get paid that much because they got a bag of side hustles because they ain't getting paid like that.
I don't think most of them have got that much money at all. I think you got the premium ones like Nene, Candy. Yeah.
Candy's a boss, but Candy sold her soul now, I think, as well.
She's too much. She's a bit too much. I agree, Trisha.
But I think if that's like that. Taurus as well, love Candy, but she's moved wonky. But again, to secure the paper and the bag.
That's what I'm saying. Even if it's a multiple stream of income, it's still an income.
Yeah.
They're not in a position to come off there yet.
For an income. I love money. People get uncomfortable when I say I love money. Love it. Yeah. I respect it now. I have a better understanding of it. I don't squander. I live my life, but I've gotten older, I've found a new appreciation for money, what it provides, what it holds. But I'm not gonna sell my soul for it.
Of course not.
At any junction.
Of course not.
And I love it. I'll repeat. I love money. Love it. But I'm not compromising my integrity for money. I'm not doing it.
I'm just saying, ladies, if you've got that side hustle going on, that side hustle going on, this income is paying for the mortgage in this house. That income is paying for the mortgage in your mum's house. That income is paying for instance, I don't know, financing, I don't know, your children's education or something like that. I don't think you're going to give up that income if someone throws a table at you. I don't think you are. I think you're going to overlook that.
And I think it depends on the person, 100%.
Yeah, we'll never know because I won't go on the show.
I think if you're in it, it's different though.
Yeah.
I don't think no one disgraces themselves like that. It's got to be an incentive somewhere.
Yeah.
So I think when you're in it.
Yeah, because I don't get it.
And
I don't get it.
I don't know. I'm not in it, so I don't know. But honestly, these people, you got to remember, these people are definitely living beyond their means.
Yeah, 100%.
Problem there.
They're living beyond their means. You understand? So they can't really afford to cut off their income. Look, these girls, they're told for these Real Houses of Atlanta, if you don't come, Real Houses of Atlanta, New York, what have you, apparently, if they don't do the reunion show, they don't get paid for the whole season.
Really?
Nah.
Yes. Yeah. That's part of the contract, apparently. That's why they all make sure they turn up at a reunion and they start really getting really cash with each other.
Right.
So they're not gonna cut that income up. And remember, these girls come back season upon season upon season. Only
fucking
that
crazy.
But I'm just saying, girls, I can't really sit here, I'll be honest, I can't really sit here and say that if I was in it, and I'm getting paid that income like that, that something bad happens to me, that I'm going to quit the show. Ideally, I would hope that I'm in a financial position where I don't have to be in that show. I wouldn't do that show. I wouldn't want to expose myself like that.
Yeah.
I couldn't do that show.
That's it.
Yeah.
But these women in that kind of situation, because obviously, like you said, now they get a lot of deals out of this. They get a lot of exposure out of this. Yeah, they don't have maybe any other options. If Portia quits Real Houses of Atlanta, what is Portia really going to do?
Sell bedding.
Well, there you go. Is it enough? I mean, that's wonderful, Natalie. But is it enough for what she has to pay out? Is it enough?
No.
Buying bags and all that, keeping up with the Joneses. It's a lot. Driving a car.
Yeah, it's a lot of keeping up with the Joneses. They like to flex on each other. And when they rinse at each other's house, I'm thinking, no, don't come to my house, boy. If you're rinsing out Sheree's house, like, you can't come to my house.
Yeah, I like Sheree's house. Sheree's house was nice. Sheree's house was nice. I just get a lot of them.
Really nice places, and they like to dig each other out. And I think there's a level of the shallowness that comes with these shows, I think, is what makes me feel guilty about watching them. Like, I shouldn't be watching this, is trash, they're idiot.
Yeah.
But because the things that when they rinse each other, if you notice, they rinse each other about money.
All the time.
Jobs.
All the
That's
time.
rented.
All the time.
That's not bought. That's
yes,
this.
all the time.
That's
You
that.
did this, you did that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think I couldn't do the shows just because it would drive me insane. And I am a person, you could dangle wads in front of me, but I like, none of them are happy. So maybe if I didn't know and I hadn't seen the shows and I didn't know and they kind of waddled the cash in front of me and said, you need to do this, and you hadn't seen prior shows, I might have thought about doing it. But when I look at them, none of them are at peace. They're all miserable. Most of them relationship broke up. They're always fighting each other. They can't trust each other. They don't trust no one. They're always in problem. Their business out a front door. They can't sneeze without it being on Shade Room and Hollywood Unlocked. And peace is important to me.
Yeah.
So knowing all of that, I'm a person, I've been in situations where I've needed money and I've been presented with opportunities and I'm like, nah, sorry, but that's just me. But I know that not everyone's like that, and obviously everyone's situation is different.
But Natalie,
peace is important.
I get it, Natalie, but they got bills to pay.
Yeah,
they're pushing 4x4 Bentleys. They're pushing big. They got bills to pay. Whereas us, we can say, I don't really need that car right now in my life. I like to have it, but I can't really have them. Not quite there yet. You understand? You know what? My friends, hopefully one day they will be. But right now, my friends don't have private jets or travel by private jets right now. I hope they do so in the future. So we don't have that kind of pressure.
Yeah.
We don't have that kind of pressure. If one of them now is seen, if one of them now is even foreseen or portrayed in the media in whether Atlanta or America, that is it their foreclosure that has to get repossessed? That's big. They would do whatever it takes for that not to happen to them. So I think they're under.
And why don't none of them pay their taxes?
Yeah, exactly.
Why are they always under tax?
Exactly.
Why are they always in problem?
Because they're spending, Natalie. That's why they can't give up these shows. The spending is too much. They're turning up everywhere they go. They're turning up. Do you understand? So for me, they can't give up their shows. People like Candy, you think to say, why are you on the show? You're doing so much business stuff. It's another income for us. You don't care. They've all they act like they're wealthy. They've got money, what have you. They've got bills, big bills to pay. And 9 out of 10, I think they definitely they create that lifestyle, which is bigger than the money that's actually coming in.
Yeah.
Hence Portia's move to her friend's husband. Simple.
It's a madness.
She's chilling now. Netflix and chill all day and pregnant. That's what she's going to be doing.
We got Trisha Williams said pure double standards and backbiting. Look at Sandra Martin said, look at the Potomac girls, they proper fight. Olu said the women are driving proper high-end cars like it's nothing. Sandra said she can't stand two-faced Candy. And Nikki said it's a totally different lifestyle that we will never know. I mean, materially, it looks good, but none of them look happy. For me, that's what I always say. In it, Trish, I always say they always look miserable. It just doesn't appeal to me. Like, it doesn't appeal to me because they just look miserable. They're always in something. And like I said, business all out the front door and the Shade Room. I couldn't cope with that. I like to deal with my own mess in my own space. So just different things like that. And again, that kind of pressure where you've started something, you've put yourself on that pedestal that you've owned this and you have that, and now you've got to keep that up because you put yourself out there like that. You did that. So now you got to keep that up. Fuck that.
Yeah.
Not doing that. Not doing that.
Every time they dig for each other. Sorry, go on, Natalie.
Yeah, no, they it just looks miserable. Like the only thing I like the way their faces always beat and their hair. I like that.
Yeah.
I like the way they look good.
Yeah.
And some of the events and some of the things that they do, I'm like, yeah, that looks good. But is it worth that? You lot are miserable, man. And you can't really, none of you are at peace. You're always got to be fighting something. And so
Yep.
I think that's what kind of puts me off. They've put me off. If there was no reality TV shows, I might have given it a try. But seeing them, all of them, no matter what reality TV show it is, they all have the same kind of ending. And there's none with like a happy ending or, you know, with a positive, upbeat kind of vibe. So yeah, none of them are really in that energy that I want to be living in.
Yeah.
Constantly, all the time.
I agree, but I know I would prefer to be unhappy with money than unhappy and broke. We'll talk. So
Oh no, man.
I don't know who wants to be.
Ange, let's ask the question. Let's park the clock now. No bravado.
Right.
Would you sleep with my man?
And me?
Yeah.
Nah, there's bare mans out there. There's loads of guys out there.
No, say we get, because we're working, we're all progressive women on this screen. So say we get to rich man status. There's a shortage of men everywhere, not just
yeah.
Yeah. And we've got the 40 million guy that's
yeah.
And he winks at you behind my back.
With you? You're with him?
No, when he gives you a signal when I'm not about.
But you're still together, you're still in a relationship.
Say, let's just, for added argument, let's just say the relationship's tumultuous. I think the mere fact that you ask good questions is telling me that you so you're not coming back to my house.
No,
Fuck me.
No, I think
like there's variance.
No, I'm just saying. I'm saying, if you're with him, Trisha, no, that can't really work. And to when he winks at me, I probably think he's messing about. I would even take it like that because I think he's your guy.
Mm.
But if, say, for instance, Trisha, like, okay, you're different. But say, for instance, okay, say, for instance, I was friends with somebody, not close friends with someone, but they were dating a guy, and then like years passed, and they're not dating no more. And then we started dating. I think that's the circles. If I'm even that's okay.
There is different levels to it. There's different layers to it.
Yeah.
If I seem distracted, people, please forgive me. My proud and gifted Stephen Oram, love you to bits, and thank you for watching. He messaged me to say that we're getting all of the, you know, them dead comments from Facebook. Yeah. The auto-generated comments. And all over Angela's face, and it's really irritating me. So I'm trying to get them off, but I can't get them off.
Oh, sorry.
It's all over your face. And I can see your face on my screen where I'm watching.
Me too.
On Facebook, there's these comments all over her face, and it's really annoying.
Just me
now.
Is it you?
Is it just me, Trisha?
No, it's where the comments are placed.
Oh.
From Facebook, it just so happens to be all over your damn face, and it's really.
Oh, okay, that's all right.
But I don't know how to turn it off.
Okay, that's all
right. Sorry to interrupt, but yeah, I don't know. We've spent like nearly 50 minutes talking about this, and my stance is still the same. If you are my friend or acquaintance, I've got friends that are my people. Yeah. So Natalie, Michelle, Agnes. They're my people, yeah? And they've got friends. So they've all got friends. So Natalie's got, one of her best friends is called Shantice. Shantice is Natalie's best friend. I'm Natalie's best friend. But me and Shantice are not best friends. But do I run off with her fiance, Mick? That's ridiculous. Nah. To a different level, like, it is...
No,
I don't care, and I don't think money should be the deciding factor.
Of course not.
It shouldn't be.
But for those kind of chicks, though, it is. And that's what I'm struggling. I don't understand why people are surprised.
Keith said it's just a TV show. It's not that serious, and he's doing faces. It's a discussion point. We're discussing it, and we're giving our views on it.
You know Keith is a troll.
Stop trolling, Keith.
You know Keith is a troll. Just ignore Keith.
Bye.
It's a TV show and it is serious because there are people out here that are sleeping
talking
with
about
their
it.
friends, man.
Right. It's been a hot topic for the last how long?
3 days. Yeah, it has. It has.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is that serious, and it ain't just for TV if she is actually pregnant. Because it leads into a different discussion of, so we're saying that prostitution is fine now because we're saying this is what the girls are doing now. They're leveling up, they're flexing. So in my way, if we were exchanging sex for money, that was prostitution. So is that what we're doing now?
That's what I'm learning. The younger generation of girls, that's what is happening right now. That's what I'm learning from younger people that I speak to right now. And remember, we're living in a different time, Trisha. We weren't really consumed, and that we didn't really have all that social media. We didn't have all this social media, Instagram stuff, all this. Everyone living their best lives 24/7, 24 hours a day. We didn't really have that. Do you understand? Where I mean, we're grown. We can tell sometimes where it might be they're exaggerating the truth. What have you? Do you know what I mean? They're pretending to live that lifestyle. But I think the younger, and obviously we're grown, we've had our experience where we didn't have social media to occupy our time. We were meeting up directly. We know how to enjoy ourselves face to face, what have you, or find other ways to consume our time, not just being on Instagram all day, what have you. So, but I think the younger generation, they're on Instagram and Snapchat and all that all day long.
24/7.
And they're seeing this girl look like this girl look like that, this girl look like this. Do you understand? And as you know, obviously we live in this world now where you can just buy exactly what you look like. You can buy exactly what you look like in a second. So the pressure for them is on. But again, they're not really, they're more, don't get me wrong, the younger generation, they're more, I would say more like entrepreneurial as well. So it's good. So it's not all bad for them. They are making their money by doing certain things, having their own businesses. It's not all bad. But at the same time, a lot of them,
quite progressive. They are.
They're very entrepreneurial. So we have to give them the respect for that. But at the same time, some of the girls are under immense pressure. They're not really, they're happy to share a guy. They're happy to be with their friends, man. As long as, especially for them, as long as the money's there, they're getting the material things, what have you, they're going to go for it. And that's what I got told that on Saturday by my younger cousin, straight.
Yeah.
Don't change it. Okay, don't change it. It's fine. Sorry, girls. Yeah. That's what I'm being told.
Yeah.
I'm not being judgmental on prostitution either, in case that's how it looks. Like everyone's coochie is there to do with what they will. But I don't know. I think there's a moralistic I think maybe because
I agree.
Yeah, there's a moralistic standpoint for me, and I think because I've seen it happen and I have experienced it. I've watched it with close friends, and the mayhem, and like Portia Williams said, there's a double standard because here we are talking about prostitution and females and blah blah blah. But if the man wasn't readily available to be stolen, then he couldn't be. So it goes back down to the character of the gentleman that you are with, because anyone can come to your house and try anything, but your king, if you're in, you know what I mean, it's, you know, if he can be stolen easily or not, I think.
There's kind of a thing like, you know, if the girl sticks it on your man, what's he supposed to do? I feel like that's the kind of consensus that usually goes around, which I think is bullshit. I think if your man is for you, really, and he's got any kind of discipline and backbone, he's not going to have it. Even if it is hard for him, he's not going to allow it. But there is a consensus of, well, if she's sticking it on him, or if she's this or that, what's he supposed to do? And I think that's bullshit, because then I would say, well, if he's sticking it on me, what am I supposed to do? And it wouldn't be seen in the same kind of way.
I'm not sure about that.
Okay.
But be realistic, I think. Okay, let me just go back to a really old example, right?
Right.
Let's put it down to, like, you remember when there was the time, long time ago, and there's a time where David Beckham was accused of cheating?
Yeah.
And we never really knew whether it was true or not.
He was
mean,
lying.
Victoria, do you reckon they cheated?
Yeah.
I think Victoria Beckham held it up very well. So I was a bit confused with her. She held it up very well. You couldn't really tell with her. But okay, just putting my man hat on, because sometimes I do have these male perspectives as well. If there's a guy, popular guy, whatever, top of his game. Let's use David Beckham for example. He must get offers. I don't know about now, but say back then, every single hour of the day, every hour. It might just be that out of the million offers that he got, the minute offer that he got, he just gave in.
Okay.
Just gave in. Do you know what I mean? A man's a man.
Yeah.
A man is a man. And remember, these girls don't care that he's married. They don't care. They even prefer it sometimes when a man's married because they know they feel like they're getting one over the woman.
That's one of our
That's one of our topics today.
You understand? So I do think sometimes women are a bit naive. I'm thinking, I'm not saying that he should have cheated, but if you got a man who's out there, he's in a hotel, you got probably girls in the hotel room, you even got the waitress, even the hotel person, the receptionist probably will try to, every hour they get someone's trying to thing on him. It probably gets to a point where he just, that one time he just say it was tight. He didn't say no.
Yeah.
So sometimes I'm not saying that okay, men should cheat. Obviously, when they're married, they should have made a decision. They're gonna be faithful.
Yeah.
But I do feel like in our time, I know my time, the minute you find a guy's got a girlfriend, you've been put off by it. You're like, oh, you don't want to go nowhere near it. You've been put off by it. But in this day and age, girls don't care.
Yeah.
They don't care. They're gonna try harder. They're gonna try harder when you're married. So I think people just need to be unrealistic. I mean, I've lived abroad where cheating was quite normal for guys, and the wife would know about that. Yeah, the guys are pretty well to do. Yeah, the wives are living a very, very nice lifestyle. They're not leaving. They got nowhere to really go. To be honest, they ain't really got nowhere to really go. You understand? And at the same time, the man will never leave his wife. The man's not leaving his wife either. You understand? So they have that kind of like understanding, common understanding. I'm not saying it's right, but that's just how it is. The girl ain't got, they got kids together. The man is bringing in the money. She's living a lifestyle. She's got all what she needs. She's not going. And she ain't going to back down from being in the man for 10 years to some side chick. She ain't going to back down to a side chick for 10 years.
And I think if you're going into that lifestyle, you got to know what you can put up with and what you can't. So you were like, look, I'm not going to date this kind of man because I know I'm not about that life. Or do you know what? I don't care. As long as he's coming home to me. And some women say, as long as he's coming home to me and he's looking after me and I don't have to see it, they don't mind. So I think if you know what you can cope with and what you can't cope with, then I think that will as well determine the type of path or the type of man that you're looking at.
Yeah.
But for me, I know a lot of people say, yeah, but men cheat. I know, but I know it's not something I can cope with. So I know that if a certain type of man is talking to me or trying to talk to me in a certain way, and I know that it's the type of man that gets a lot of female attention, is away a lot, and it's inevitable that something's going to happen, I'm more likely not going to go there, no matter what he can do for me in other ways, because I know that emotionally it will eat me. No matter how much I tell myself it's inevitable, but he's coming home to me, I know I can't cope with that. Whereas I know there's genuinely women that don't mind. So they can kind of deal with that. Oh, Trish has gone on mute. You on mute, Trish? Oh, she's on mute on purpose. So I think it's knowing what you can deal with as well and being realistic, because there's no point as well getting with a man like that. You know he's like that, and then having a heart attack.
Yeah, but I think, Natalie, there's some guys that they're not really serial cheaters, though. They're not really serial cheaters. It's just a case where they're working, they're traveling, they get offered, they get girls throw themselves at them. And this is not necessarily always like well-to-do or celebrity guys. This could be normal, average guys. It might just be your guy's a really hot, good-looking guy that is appealing to a lot of different kind of women. So it could be a guy that he's not really a serial cheater. But on the one instance, something happens. A bit like that film. What's that film that was out recently on Netflix? That guy, and he got with that crazy woman. I can't remember that film. And it messed up his whole marriage. And she was a policewoman. And I don't know if you watched that film on Netflix recently.
I watched it.
But, you know, yeah. He didn't really plan to go out and cheat. He was into his wife. That problem is into his wife. But then it was his friend said, oh yeah, let your hair down on a bachelor's party. And he just cheated on that one occasion, which turned out really bad for him. Do you understand? So I'm just saying as well that sometimes not all guys are serial cheaters. I'm just saying as well, it's not even about, for me, I don't really blame the man all the time. It's the girls now. Girls don't care. That could be done to a stranger, that could be done to your neighbor, that could be done to your friend. They don't care that the man's attached.
All right, so let's move on to, actually, one of our panelists, Olu, is saying he wants to jump on, but I can't see you in the weight room, Olu. So when you're ready, I'll let you in. High value, Olu said high value men don't cheat, they exercise their options. Yeah, so let's have him come on and do it. Let's have him.
I like Olu.
Yeah, we all like Olu.
No filter, he tells it straight.
Yeah. Natalie, fix your face. What's got your face like that?
No, just Keith. I'm just replying to him. He just messaged me something in the comments. I was just replying.
Oh, okay. Your whole face.
So that's my concentration face. He's saying, are you going to hold yourself back because a man can get gal? But it's not if a man can get gal, it's how he reacts. If he's dancing, flirting, and kissing up on everything that gives him a bit of attention, that's what I'm saying. You catch a vibe. If I catch a vibe that you love the attention and that you can't really keep yourself in one place, I'm not fucking with that.
Yeah.
I ain't.
Okay, so Natalie, let me ask you a question, Natalie. So I have to get my charger girls. If you're with a guy, let's say 10 years strong, you're happy, everything is in place, you might have kids, you might not have kids, whatever. Everything's been good. You might be going through a little bit of rough time, but everything's good. And he cheats on you on one occasion. Are you going to leave him?
I'll tell you why I would. Because I've done the taking back the cheating, and it never sat right with me. I kept telling myself I could do it, but I wasn't being real with myself. So now I know, because I always think until you're in that situation, never say you're never going to take someone back that's cheating, or you would. I always think you have to literally be in that situation in that moment to know.
Yeah.
But I think now I know what I can take. What I should have done was walk away, because all you do is just torment. It just tormented me throughout the rest of the relationship. So I know now, you know what, you can't hack that. Once that trust is gone, that's not for you. Whereas I know people who have genuinely forgiven someone and it appears that everything's okay now. And it worked for them because she was able to kind of get through that. It was a one-off and stuff like that. So I think, again, you got to really know yourself and be honest with yourself, because all you do is you talk to yourself and the other person. If you get back with them and you can't actually cope, or you can't forgive it, or you say you forgive it just so that you can kind of get on with it, but you don't forgive it, really. You can't forgive, you can't forget. I think you've got to be honest about it, genuinely, not suppress it, be real about how you feel, and then kind of go from there. Because if you do get back together, and you haven't really forgiven them, it's just miserable. Been there, and you don't really give them a break. Like I just couldn't. I was disgusted the whole time. All 6 years later, bringing up the same shit, and that was wrong of me, because I should have known it didn't sit well with me. But I just wanted it to be all right. But you can't will something to be all right without doing the proper work, or without really sitting back and thinking, look, is this gonna work, or do you just want everything to go back to normal?
I agree.
Yeah, again. So I think if you know, but I think now that I've done it, okay, you know how
respect that.
how I am in that situation now. So
respect
that's why I struggle with it. And it was really bad. It was bad for me, man. It didn't do me good at all. I can put my hand up and say that it was bad for me. So now I'm coming out of that. I didn't even realize at the time that it was bad for me. It's only because I came out of that situation and I'm not in that emotion that I can see it now, that I was tricking myself the whole time because I didn't forgive none. So as I said, all 6 years later, I'm throwing things in your face. Every little thing you do or anything I do that's wrong, well, you did that. You can't move like that. And that's just being honest. And so if that's how it's gonna be for me, then I'll say nah.
I respect that.
Nah. Yeah.
Right, guys, pause. Let's welcome our resident panelist, Olu.
Olu.
And now his wife.
Hello, ladies.
Hello.
Here he
Can you
is.
hear me, ladies?
Yes.
Freezing.
Yeah.
You're freezing, a bit unstable. Oh no. It's just
I'm
been
freezing.
days,
Is that
boy.
better?
I think the weather's shit as
Is that
well.
better?
That doesn't help.
Doesn't help, does it? Is that better?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can see you now. Olu,
Okay.
do you want to turn off auto-generated comments on Facebook?
Turn it off.
Yeah.
You press that button in the corner of the
It's not giving me that option. Anyway, I'm going to really, because I'm so pedantic, I'm going to really have to learn to just ignore it.
top.
Even don't text me shit like that in the middle of the live again. Because now it's just driving me nuts.
Ooh.
Your internet's really bad, Olu. I'm gonna put you in the waiting room for now, and then come back when Michelle, tell Olu to sort out his internet and we'll put him back in once he's stable. Sorry guys, you were saying?
Yeah. No, I just think it's if being honest with yourself about what you can do and what you can't do, and then and not judging other people. So like I said, because I can't take it, don't mean a friend of mine that could take it and is now very happy on her way, I'm looking at her like, oh my gosh, you got time. No way. I'm happy for her. And I'm happy that they were able to make it work. But we're all individual, and you got to be honest with yourself about what you can do and what you can't. What you can't do.
I agree.
Definitely. I wanted to hear Olu's perspective. Should we try and put him back in?
Yeah.
See if he's got better internet. Olu's perspective.
Yeah.
Here we are. Much better. Yeah.
Much better. So what would you want me to address?
What's your point? What's your take?
Regards to which part?
Everything. I mean, do you think that it's okay to date a friend's ex? If so, how long do you think the waiting period should be?
I think Angela made a good point, because we got to understand it's a game show, so they're doing it for the clicks and the likes. So some of the scenarios we see are not really real, but they're created to make great TV.
Right.
However, and having been to Atlanta, the demographics are completely different. There really is a shortage, not just of men, but men who are fit to date. Yeah. So you see these, and again, it has a high proportion of affluent Black people. So they're all competing for the same man. And naturally you say, just go to a different state. But they're probably thinking, why should I? Because they're probably self-made individuals, and they feel that they have a right, especially some of the women, to get the men they desire, which is why they find themselves competing for the same man. Now, I used to watch this game show many seasons ago, but I felt that, a bit what Angela said, it's very unrealistic, because to maintain that lifestyle takes a lot of money. I mean, I see some of those cars, I'm like, just the insurance on that car would cost an arm and a leg. You look at their houses, just to heat the house, it costs an arm and a leg. And they just go about like, I don't know, Yeah.
Yeah.
So what I would say is this: we got to understand it's not a real life situation, and sometimes when we compare what we would do and our morals in terms of that show, we can't align it.
Yeah, but that's a discussion point. But the fact
Yeah, it's a discussion point.
because she's done it publicly, but women are sleeping with their friends' men on our level, and it's a standpoint around the actual point that we're discussing.
Yeah,
not just
again, and Natalie made a point saying, you know, and you did yourself, that I've seen it happen. People, it happens all the time. You get to a stage where you say, you know what, bomb the girl code. I just want to be happy. And if I can see you're with a particular man, he's not making you happier, I think I can make him happier. So some women are ready to forego their friendship with you if they think pursuit of happiness with that man is more profitable for them. Remember, when a woman makes that move, she realizes her friendship could go. She does realize that. So she's thinking, if I'm going to go with that guy, it's not going to be a thing. I've got to make sure it's going to work. You see, you know. And I think as we get older, the girl code goes out the window. Same with guys. Back in the day, you're like, I'm not going to date somebody who I know. Then I'm not going to date somebody who I know who knows someone else. But as you get older, you realize your circle becomes smaller. You know, if you see somebody who's with a partner that you think is not making use of it, and you think you can, you've got to consider, if I go with my ex's friend, I could lose my friend, but is it worth it? Yeah, bam, you go for it. I'm not advocating it. I've seen it happen, but it really comes down to the individual. And also, as what Natalie said as well, you don't know what you're going to do. You don't know what you're going to do. Yep. Is that better?
Not really, but you might drop out. So that's why I'm trying to warn you, because you're freezing and you're...
Okay. What I'm saying, you don't know what you're going to do unless you're in that situation.
I've been in that situation. As we speak, I'm in a very irritated situation. That's just ridiculous. You've got no business approaching me. I know I'm not going to go into it, but I've been in that situation a few times. So I do know what I would do personally. And it's not to sound judgmental. It's just, is it, because I think for me, I've had a really bad day today anyway. So at one point, especially when we had technical issues at the very last, I was like, should we just cancel this? Because the whole day's been a wash.
A wash.
And it puts you to think, are we saying then that we live in a dog-eat-dog world and just cope with it? That there is not that, there's just people that look out for themselves now. Where we're at now, if you find decent people, you're lucky. Is that what we're saying? And
people just want to be happy. They want to be happy and they're willing to go to any lengths.
Okay.
And can I just
go on?
Sorry, I just want to interject again. For Keith, that's saying exactly that's what I'm saying. It's not that serious. It's a TV show. We are using the discussion.
The troll. Oh, why?
The discussion point. Let's be clear. It's a perspective on a moral situation, and this is our perspective.
Keith knows that, and he's just being a troll because he's got nothing better to do. So bye, Keith. Go on.
So
he's probably slept with his friend's girl. That's why he's trying to divert the conversation. It's probably what he's doing. Magic Murray. Do you know what I mean? And again, there are people that are out here champions for it. Like, I just want to be happy. I don't care who I trod on or tread on to get there. And it is what it is. Alicia Keys skipped off into the sunset with Swiss Beats. Yeah. They seem to be happy. But it's not just, I don't know, maybe I'm being naive because I feel like I believe in karma. So I'm like, okay, when what you reap, you sow. So in the way in which I cultivate things is going to have an impact on me later on in life, somewhere along the line. But it just seems like I'm the only idiot thinking like that then. So we should just go out and speak with people's men and Keep their money. I don't care.
Keep it moving.
Is that what we're saying?
I'm just honestly, I mean, I mirror a lot what Olu says. I feel like I wear the same hat as Olu.
Yeah.
But I've got 3 brothers. I don't have any sisters. So I've been brought up with a lot of guys around me. So I hear them. You understand? And I'm kind of like filtered out my feminine side sometimes. But anyway, for me, like Olu said, and I said previously, as you get older, your circles become tighter.
Mm-hmm.
So also the people that you're meeting, even if they're friends of friends, we're all kind of like still connected in some way or another.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then to add to that, if you really want to settle down, you're going to get to a point you can start choosing your female friends or your close besties or a partner. You're not going to be, when you're 70 years old,
Yeah.
you're not going to be sitting with all your friends today. Some of them you are. Hold on, Trisha. Some of them you are. Don't get me wrong, we've all got bona fide friends, we have, yeah? But as we get older, we're all going to go on different journeys at the same time. We're going to be close. I might be, like me and you, Trisha, we're good friends.
Yeah.
I might be old now and living in Ghana.
You're not coming to my house because
No, I'm not being stop it. No, but real talk. I might go and live in Ghana, Trisha. You might go and live in Barbados, Trisha. Do you understand? I'm not going to be sitting down. I'm not going to drinks with you every one Friday every month. That's not happening. Ideally, I should be sitting down with my lifelong partner. So I think as well, I'm not saying it's naivety, but you've just got to be a little bit realistic that it might so happen. You might so happen that you might. How can I put this? I'm not up for like getting somebody's ex-partner, no. But like I'm just saying, I'm just being realistic. Now, even at my age, when I get introduced by somebody from a friend or a friend, at 9 out of 10, I tend to know them now. I know them already. They just didn't know that I know them. So it just gets to a point, unless you start dating outside of your community or the people you know, that's the other way around it.
Mm.
But then you've got to also make a choice as well. So you might be introduced to somebody or know somebody, and they might have, okay, they went out with so-and-so. I've got a friend right now, she's going out with a guy, good guy, decent catch, but he is an ex of one of our other old mutual friends. Now, our old mutual friend doesn't really know that, but they're broken up 3 years ago. So I don't really feel like, I don't see what the big issue is. They're not close besties. Yeah, they're not even, maybe they might see each other like once a year at a function or what have you. Is she really going to pass up on a guy when one of our old mutual friends, if she was that close, she would have known by now.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah. And they're not really hiding. So I don't really see, I'm not going to tell her to sit at home by herself, but she got a decent guy there. Why? I'm not going to sit with her when she's 70 years old.
Wow.
Drinking. I'm gonna have my own little love life going on. You understand? So I'm not gonna be there.
Well, Nikki said, no, Trish Williams said, Trish, most definitely, because this is not an ideal world, but I think she must have said that earlier. Nikki said, you still need to have a life, and there's no way I would date my friend's ex.
She's agreeing with Angela to a point. She's saying it's a different scenario. Because to a point, I hear what you're saying, Ange. Like, my best friend, she has a friend. And this friend, we know each other because we're both friends with with our best friend. And she dated a guy, and I use the term dated loosely. She dated him like years ago, and she had an issue that he was talking to me. And I didn't see the issue with that. You're not my friend, and you dated him 20 million years ago. I do not understand the issue. But I'm talking about if you're a close acquaintance or you are a friend, I don't think it should have to be a choice. I don't think that I would like, in my heart, I believe the friends that I have around me now wouldn't do that. And I don't think it should have to be a choice, your friend or your man, or that you just have to have a tight, decent circle and a king beside you that doesn't think it's cute to sleep with your friend. That's it. It's not cute.
Trisha, you know what? I hear that. There is a part of when you're younger, oh, how could you do that? It's a bit disloyal. But I think it's disloyal if your intention is not genuine. If you want to date someone, like I said, you could risk losing that friendship, but you make a go of it, you get married, you have a serious relationship. I think your friend would say, okay, I understand you found an attraction between each other, but at least you were serious. It's when you're not serious, it can be disrespectful. I mean, I'm just putting it out there.
Yeah, I think it's disrespectful if you're my friend and you sleep with my man, or even if we've just broken up. So you think 3 years is a reasonable time. So what do you think is a reasonable time then? What's the cooling off period to sleep with your friend's ex?
I can't put time on it. I can't. And it's not something I would seek. I'm not saying it's not something I would seek. But listen, I've had friends who've gone at my exes, yeah? And remember, they're my ex now, so I really shouldn't be having any feelings for them. But I've had friends go at my ex and it's just been a casual thing. That pisses me off. But if I had a serious relationship, and I thought, well, good for you, because if I can't make you happy, so on, and cool. You're seeing that. So I think it's really how intentional that person is. Because some people just like to see what you have, want to taste what you have. That's out of order. We have to draw a line there. But if you really think, you know what, I went out of him, didn't work, she went out of him, and they're married, you can't hate on that, man. Come on. If you're generally that person's friend.
Okay. We're going to have to agree to disagree, because if you're genuinely with my friend, we won't be having this conversation.
Do you know what? I think, do you know what? I think as well, from what I get from the conversation, I think we're looking at it emotionally and thingily, where I think you guys are looking at it logically, which is fair enough. They're just two different standpoints, but you're looking at it logistically, whereas I'm looking at it more like very emotionally and that kind of thing, where so I can get where the two standpoints, do you know what I'm saying? I can see the 2 points because we're looking at it literally differently, I think.
But if you finish with him, then why should you be concerned if he's your ex?
Simple.
Your ex.
Simple.
You can't have a Cayman in for the rest of your life.
I don't want you hanging around my friends in, like, go away, isn't it?
But Trisha, okay, you know what? You might have the 1 or 2 exes, yeah, that is a bit of a no-go. It's still sensitive. It might not have ended too well. Yeah. Or you know what? They are still in your heart. Do you understand? There might be like 1 or 2 exes that are like no-go areas, right? But really, if you've moved on, what is the issue?
I get it, because
if you sleepless nights over him, I get that. But if you're out, you've had another boyfriend after that, you've gone out, you're enjoying your life, you're doing this, what is it? What is it?
I mean, Michelle says, if I was married to him, there would never be a reasonable time. If you're my friend. Yeah. So
there is no such time that exists.
It's over before you could get there. To be fair, something similar is happening as we speak, where an ex is interested in a friend of mine, and she's not interested in him because he's my ex and she's a friend of mine. It's that simple. But you're right, I did have to ask myself, because I was like, at this stage where I'm at now, I've moved on from that relationship. So you're right, it doesn't bother me now. Do what you want. But if I'm 100% honest, there is still a part of me that feels like if you had any respect for me, you wouldn't do that.
That's your ego. That's your ego, Trisha.
Explain more.
When you said you had respect for me, how are they disrespecting you?
I just feel like, why would you want to come around my friends and just go your way and I go mine? It's just grimy, and the grimy situation is disrespectful.
Trisha, people meet in very strange circumstances. He may not have been actively pursuing her, and vice versa. But they might have just met. Yeah. But remember, if she was a good friend of yours and he knows that, they would be thinking, you know, we're going to do this. Ain't no casual. It has to be serious. Otherwise, they wouldn't even do it. Those who just do it because they want to get a piece, that's craziness, that's out of order. But if you see they generally make a life, you've got to be happy for them, man. Put your ego aside. You finish with the person.
Yeah, and go forth and fuck elsewhere, not in my circle, because I'm finished with you. I don't want you around. Go elsewhere. Be gone. Innit? We're never going to agree on this topic.
Yeah.
I think we should move on.
Yeah.
Let me share my screen.
Again, it's about what you can accept. I think that's what it boils down to. I think it just depends on what you can accept as a person. I think that's why we're not going to agree.
Yeah.
I think there's some exes I wouldn't give a flying fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
Go for it, babe. Good luck. Whereas there's a couple I'd be like, no, I don't want that in my face.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
That's what it is. There's a couple that you just wouldn't want it. You just don't want it in your face, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, all right. So we'll just finish up on some of these comments and then we'll move to the next one. Oh, what's happening to me? Right, let's go back. All right, so these were just the little comments. Angela Barnett said, Portia is too nuff. She cares about one person and one person only, and that's Portia. She doesn't care who she hurts or treads on to get where she wants. Anybody can see her fiance was not really into her. When Candy tried to tell her, she got vexed, strutting around, flicking her wig, shaking her batty and flashing her chest. Way too enough for me. And Miss Surrey. Sarita James said, they weren't friends, some galang. Also, Dennis didn't think about her when he was out of the town at stupid o'clock with 3 other women in tow. And that's another thing, you know, the men are not blameless in this. We're quick to slut shame women who are single, but never chastise the behaviour of men. We also don't know whether Simon and Fallon were a marriage of convenience and whether they were separated. I think the narrative is all for ratings, as the show ratings have been slipping. I agree with that. I think it's for TV. It's bollocks. Natalie, read out what Sandra said, because I'm trying to move all of these things off.
My girl has done nothing wrong. If they were true besties, then maybe. Sometimes these things happen. They never cheated. They look happy, let them live their lives. She has been treated like shit by men. I am happy for her.
Okay. So, yeah. People are obviously split on this one. Some people think she's done nothing wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Some people think it's the sign of the times and we should just, sell our souls for money.
It's a split. It's definitely a split on that one.
Yeah. Just a quick one as well. To be fair, Portia's friend, she also married that guy for money too, remember?
Shamia.
No, she's got her own money. Who, Fallon?
Fallon, yeah.
No, Fallon's in logistics and all sorts of stuff. She's got her
Is
own
she?
money. Yeah, she's brilliant.
I'll take it back.
I
I thought she married him for money.
Brilliant. She's got her own money. It's not
Okay.
Even... Anyway,
fair enough.
Because we've done this for an hour. We're not going to agree. So, is a guy wrong for getting coochie elsewhere during the talking stages of a relationship or a courtship?
I think, to be fair.
And what did you say?
What do you mean courtship? Like they're just talking, they're not an official couple?
Is a guy
dating.
Sex elsewhere? So you meet a guy, you're talking to him, cool, you're vibing on the phone. Is it wrong for him to be sleeping with somebody else?
No.
Whilst in the talking stages of relationship, a courtship?
No. But be transparent about it. That's all I say. You're not wrong. It's not likely that sometimes you might not admit it, but if it's asked, are you seeing someone else? Just say, yeah, but it's not serious. Yeah, but do you know what I mean? But I think just transparency is key. talking is just talking. So you can't stop someone's willy if you're just chatting to them and nothing else ain't going on. That's unrealistic. I just think just be transparent about it if it does come up and just be real.
Okay. Olu?
Sounds good in theory, but in practice, if you're talking to a woman, most women want to think your attention is directed fully on them.
Right.
So then if you have the boldness to say, yeah, I've just got a little thing there, nothing serious, how's that going to play for the woman? Realistically.
Depends.
Yeah.
Obviously, the majority don't want to hear that.
Right. Ideally, men would like to tell the truth in that situation. Because remember, when you're pursuing, what you're saying is, I'm totally focused on you, I'm running you down. But then if you say, oh, I've seen anyone, he goes, oh, nothing serious. What do you mean nothing serious? Oh, an old thing, whatever. She can think, oh, you're one of them ones. You're going to add me to your hero. So you've got to be careful in that because it's about the questions you ask. Like, when I used to be dating women, I used to be saying, not only have you got a boyfriend, is anyone you're sleeping with? Because you need to ask specific questions. You see now. So if you ask the guy, is anyone you've seen? In his mind, might think, no. Is there anyone that you're sexually active with? Requires a different response. But if you're mature enough to say, you know what, I appreciate you're a fine guy. You might have something that you're doing something with. How serious is it? Is it coming towards the end? What is your intention with me? You know, these are the questions you need to be asking. Then the more man is more inclined to be honest. But if you're the kind of woman that says, listen, I ain't into no shame, no man, he's gonna lie to you straight up.
Right.
He's gonna lie straight up.
Of course, especially if you present it like that.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. So I think women have to be more honest because remember, what you see in a man, another woman's gonna find attractive in that same man. So if you say, okay, look, I understand guys have needs, is there somebody significant I should be aware of? Are you come towards the end of something? Are you something serious? You know, let the man, give that man the opportunity to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But if you set yourself up like, listen, I ain't no drama, I ain't sharing no man. If he wants you that bad, he will lie to you until he gets what he wants. I don't know how you women feel about that.
I think you're right.
Yeah, again, I'm with Olu here. If you're talking to a guy, he doesn't really owe you anything at that point. You don't really owe each other anything at that point. I think if you're gonna ask a guy, are you seeing anybody else? I can't expect him being honest with that because the minute he is honest with us ladies, we can't handle it. Ladies can't handle the truth. He's already in the doghouse.
You can't handle the truth. Go on.
I'm just like, if you can't handle it, don't ask. But obviously, when you get to that point when you're in that space, we're committed, you can. But I think it'd be very naive for you to be talking to a guy thinking there's no girl in the background. There's no girl in his little book, what have you, or there's no girl that he might call up for a booty call. I think that'd be very naive for you to think that. So I think you just go along. But maybe the minute you guys start getting intimate, or you get to that place where you're in a committed relationship, you make that very clear. You've established that before you continue to go into that space. But in the talking stages, look, he ain't gonna come out and say yes, he's not. And the same with the girl. The girls are just as bad. Not even just as bad. She might have her ex-guy hanging around still. Or she might be talking to other guys, whatever. So I don't think at that point, anybody has to be that transparent yet. Until you get to that place where you both owe it to each other to be honest with each other. There in that area.
Can I just add to that, Angela? It comes back to what I said a few shows ago, that by their very nature, when a man's pursuing a woman, he's quite prepared to be competitive, be the other guy. Because short-footed guy will say, you know what, I don't kill that guy, I will show you my game, you will drop him. Yeah. You see now? Yeah. A woman doesn't want to hear this competition because she's not built for that, because she's thinking, if you're talking to me, you're talking to me alone. See now? Yeah. No woman wants to be the other girl. You see, unless she's doing her own thing.
It is honestly off-putting. It is. It is.
Olu, your you're freezing again, my love.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I get it's off-putting. It is off-putting, Natalie, but I think that's just the truth, though.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
No, I think, I just think it is the truth, but I just think if we're honest, it can be off-putting. So I think that's
Of course it
where,
would be.
yeah,
Of course, we
I
can't
think
handle that.
that's where
I agree.
the conflict is. But I would never go into a talking stage in my life believing that he's going to say, yeah, I'm seeing other people. No. Or believing that he's sitting there and he's on the prayer mat at 8 o'clock till he goes bed. No, I don't think that. But I think as I'm getting to know you, you then, as it progresses, you then natural progression. And once you get past a certain stage and you kind of both set boundaries, because there might be things that he expects of you as well during that natural progression, not just what you expect of him, then it's down to you guys to kind of make a decision. So as much as I hate cheating, I don't think that's cheating. And that is just like, come on, it is what it is. That is definitely what it is. You would like to think you're the only girl. That's just the ideal scenario in your brain. But realistically,
can I just clarify that? Natalie, are you saying there will be an acceptable crossover period?
Yeah.
Nah, not knocking boots crossover period.
Okay, but there's going to be a transition if he's talking.
There's going to be a transition. There's going to be but it just, like, again, it just depends. If we start actively seeing, if we go from a point where we've got serious now, we've got a title, yeah, and you're still kind of filtering that girl out, you haven't cut it off, I'm going to have a problem with that. Because we've established.
How is that title established? Is it at the point of intimacy or what? How's it established?
It depends on the situation. You could have been with someone where you've established that at the time of intimacy. You could have been with someone where you have been intimate for a year and then you've established you're serious because you've been seeing each other for a year. It really depends on that particular situation, I think. And I think you kind of know, and you have to make sure that you're both on the same page as well. Because you might be 10 steps ahead of him in the relationship. He's still all the way back there, or she's still all the way back there. She ain't looking at the relationship. She ain't even looking at it as a relationship, but you're looking at it as more serious than it is. So there's that as well. There's making sure that you're both in the same place and you both have the same level of commitment to each other. You both see the relationship in the same way at the same time.
Natalie, you look a whole gangster on the screen. Amber's just text to say, take your hand from your mouth and straighten up so we can see your face.
Oh, I'm getting comfortable. I've got bad back. Yeah, it just depends. It depends. I think all situations are different. Literally, all situations are different. Like I said, you can be sleeping with someone for a year before you get to that real talk and you're like, right, no, we're not seeing no other people. You could be in a situation where you, as soon as you sleep with each other, that's it. You guys have kind of established that, yeah, this is what we're doing. So it just, with regards to intimacy, it depends, I think.
I mean, people in the chat are saying the question that you should ask is there anybody that thinks that they are your girlfriend?
Yeah.
I love that.
Because you could be sleeping with somebody and it's casual in your mind, and even like you said, if you've not had the conversation for a year and you're sleeping, someone's going to be catching feelings in that time. So it's better to establish it, you know. And also, if you do go in and the guy that you're dating is sleeping with somebody else, it's a very important question because you don't want her to think you've just come in and busted up their relationship. So it needs to be very clear, I think.
I think there should have been communication from way back, though. I don't see how you could be, I think what girls tend to do, they might be dating, talking to a guy, and then the minute they get intimate, they feel like that's now the start of a relationship.
Ownership.
Yeah, it doesn't work like that. No, you should have had that conversation before. And just because you're now sleeping together, no, it doesn't mean you're both committed. You might feel like you're committed now. And obviously, I think that's just down to how women are made up. Obviously, we're more emotional. But to the guy, No. So if you
They're
want to
just
be
not
really
convinced.
clear
Yeah.
on how you stand on that, you should be communicating verbally before physically,
Mhm.
because you're going to get yourself all confused there. And I think that's where some women go wrong. You have to, sometimes you might not want to hear the truth. You need to, if you're gonna, you need to ask and hear the truth, so you know exactly where you stand, and you can make that decision whether you want to continue as you are, or whether you don't really, you're really into it now, so you don't really want to continue at maybe a different level.
Mm.
But
What about okay, let me throw a span in the works. What about the woman that says, I don't want nothing serious, and then further down the line she's catching feelings?
lies. Women always lies when they say that.
Yes, lies.
Lies.
Women
Lies,
want to come
lies.
across as laid back. They want to come across as laid back and like not the woman that's stressing you, and like the chill woman sometimes. But you know, sometimes it's lies. It's lies upon lies.
So let me get this right.
Lies.
So you meet a woman. So I mean, you meet a woman. She's like, I'm just nothing serious. She's lying to you, and the man takes on that basis. That's a lie.
Not all the time. I think if you really sit back, you'll be able to read it. You'll be like, okay, she's saying she don't want a relationship. Why is she acting like that? You'll get it, because she's not going to be able to hold it. You can only lie to yourself for so long. So some women literally have been in bullshit and they really don't want nothing serious. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. But some women are just firm in it. Nah, I'm cool. Like, I'm chill. I'm like one of the guys. I'm really cool. It's cool. Don't worry about it. When deep down, you're hers. The end. Yeah. So it don't matter what she says to you. You're gonna start clocking play. The questions, the way she behaves, when she starts checking certain things, you'll know when it's fugazi. Trust me.
I agree, Natalie.
Okay, so Nikki Omar, another one of our resident panelists. Hey, Nikki. Nikki said,
Hi, Nikki. Hey.
Hey, Nick.
I didn't want a full-on relationship when I met my husband. We dated for nearly a year before we were exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Married. So, Davina, hey, Davina. Hey, Anthony.
Hey.
In the comments trolling. Hey, Keith. Do you? Yeah. But
yeah.
For me, I think you're right, Angela. It's unrealistic to meet a guy and think that there isn't somebody that he's sleeping with. So I'm going to go in and out of the screen. I'll share some of the comments that we got from some of our members, if it works. Okay, it will. Now read out some of the comments for me. So the general consensus was no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll go down.
Guys not wrong to get coochie elsewhere. But
so
yeah.
Karen Lang said depends on how far the talking stage has got to. Jessie said, is a woman wrong for wearing a bag while saving to buy a new one? Daryl Morgan said definitely not. D. Lewis said no. Martin said hell no. Donna said no. So I think the general consensus is no. It's free willy at this point, basically. We're good. Like, you're free. Like, you're kind of, it's the safest you're ever going to be is at that point in that relationship when you're at talking stage. Do your thing, get it all out right now.
Dean Lewis said, I think many are mistaking getting coochie for an actual relationship. You do know that you can have a mutual agreement with someone to scratch each other's backs until either gets into a relationship, right?
She put so I've heard.
So I've heard, yeah. And then Natty said, beating stick or not to beat stick whilst talking. He started that beating stick nonsense, you know. Now there's a whole category in because our members at the moment want us to start a dating app and they want us to do speed dating. But Emma and Natalie don't want no parts of it. I'm sitting on the fence. What do you guys think? We should do speed dating?
No.
And
No.
How would that work? What, virtually? How is that going to
no,
work?
if the world opens up,
Okay.
a little event.
Yeah, why not? Well, how are people? Yeah, why not? It's an alternative. It's an option. I mean, if you want to meet people, you have to be out there, right? So
Yeah. There's a whole category for beat and stick in our No Bravado date world now. So, but we won't be doing it. We'll probably do a link up, but we won't be doing speed dating. So Emma said, so off-putting if she does. If I do the same, I won't commit to the new person until I've stopped with the snack for at least 3 to 6 months. That's if I've told him the truth and he's still interested.
Exactly. Oh dear.
Elaborate, come on, so talk. Why are you laughing?
Let me tell you something now, right? Yeah.
All right.
In my experience, men can say to a woman, "We're done." Yeah. Even if he goes back to us, I'm sorry, I was vexed. Yeah. But a woman will hope the man gets a message and move on and not contact the brother. You see that? We're done. Men can do it more because some women fear that if I do it, the men may not accept it. So what they do is they cease contact and hope the man gets the message. You see now?
Yeah.
Because it's more dangerous for 2 guys to clash than 2 women to clash.
Who said that? Where'd you get that from?
What?
Women kill women out here in these streets. What are you talking about?
Listen,
Are you okay?
no guy wants to be the guy that didn't get the email that his relationship was over.
Say that again.
No guy wants to be that guy. You know now. You're not. We saying, babes. Oh, but we're done. What do you mean? Well, I didn't call you for 3 months. What do you expect? No guy wants to be that guy.
Yeah.
You see that? That can be a very dangerous situation to put a man in.
Right.
But you could say to a woman, "Oh, we're done," and then something happened and she turned up. "Oh, but I told her we're done." You see that? Men can do that. I think women find it very hard to do that. They rather cease contact and hope you get the message than tell a man you're done. Because when you tell a man you're done, you're now playing with his ego, his self-esteem. Like, rush, don't want me. So women really have to think about that before they do it. They really have to think about if they really want to done with a man. And if they're not sure, they usually tend to just cease contact.
But if you're playing with his ego, if you just ghost him, I think that's worse.
No, most women will ghost you. Yeah, they'll rather ghost you and cease contact than tell
I
you.
think that's worse.
I mean, what do you women say to that?
And what's your comments?
Yeah.
yeah, I think women find it maybe. I think sometimes as well, women don't really want to let go 100%. So they might just try and string it out a little bit more. And I think we're a bit more smarter. We might want to explore new people. Yeah, explore new people. We can hide.
See what's out there.
We can hide it better. You understand? We're exploring new people and keep the man just on the sidelines. You understand? And then when we're 100% sure, then
Exactly.
we
Yeah.
when we're 100% sure, and we know he's better. We're moving upwards and onwards, we're upgrading. Then we go in and let him know. You understand? But we don't want to.
Yeah.
We don't want to end up with. Yeah, we don't want to get it wrong. We don't want to get it wrong. So I think we're just a bit more sophisticated when it comes to that.
Yeah.
Hey Gary, my darling, my sweetheart Gary's on the chat. Sorry guys. He says, how can a non-committed relationship between 2 people have an expectation that either of the sexual beings aren't having sex elsewhere? Rules and expectations from sexual partners are crazy to me.
Yeah. What I do think is wrong is not when you're asked, well, not when you ask a man if it's exclusive, but when a man purposely goes out of his way to make you think that it's just you when it ain't. Because sometimes you lot will just lie unapologetic for no reason out the clear blue. So sometimes you'll just be pushing that narrative when no one asked you, just because you think it's what the person wants to hear. So in and acting like you have every intention So acting like you have the intention of pursuing it further when you know full well that this is just one of many or it's not going anywhere, that I think is wrong. That I don't like.
Right.
But I think if we're both on the same page and or there's not really a discussion about it and you're just kind of getting on with it and seeing how it goes, no one can't say nothing. But when you're moving like, yes, I want you to be my queen and one day we're going to do this, I can't do this, but you're the only one for me, and all them kind of bedroom talk, you got to know what you're saying, because some of them, sometimes you think you're just saying something, but they're storing that in the archive, like they're building that. So I think that's out of order. But I think there's a quote where it says a man is wrong for kind of awakening the love in a woman when he knows he has no intention of loving her.
Yeah.
So when you purposely go out of your way to say that you're going to do things you know damn well you've got no intention of doing, that's the only thing I think is wrong. Anything apart from that, I think is kind of, at this stage, is fair game.
How long would you wait before you're dating someone to do you think the woman should ask the question, so where are we going? Or how do we think it should work?
I done it.
Okay, so you asked.
So
how
yeah, I done it.
You asked that question.
Yeah, because I started asking that question when they started getting jealous about people that I spoke to, that I was friends with and stuff like that. And then they used to say certain things about, you know, am I the only one? I better be the only one. And just talking in that way and go, you know, you're mine, but I'm not, because you haven't said, we've not had that conversation. But then in other ways, you try and act like you're single. So it's like you want it to be that I'm exclusively yours, but then you're trying to act like you're single. So then one day I sat down and I said, what is it? Where do you want this to go? Because he asked me the question again. And so that's when I was like, nah, we're just seeing each other. So what is it that you want? Where's this going? Because this is confusing. I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
And they ummed and ahed and I walked away.
Right.
And they pursued me for good 5 months. But because they ummed and ahed, it was too unsure for me. So I couldn't kind of go back to it. But eventually, after a good few months of pursuing and consistency, we did get together.
Right.
But I did broker that question because I was like, nah, you're talking like, no, we're just seeing each other. But then you're telling me things like, I'm the only one. Is he the only one? You don't like me talking to this one. You don't like me being friends with that one. This one likes you. I don't think you should talk to that person. You can't do that.
Yeah, blurring the lines, totally blurring the lines.
Yeah.
Say, oh, well, you knew from the beginning that this wasn't going to be a relationship when you're blurring the lines intentionally. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think you can ask as many questions as you can, and ideally, communication we should be like, obviously we're grown, we should be transparent, as honest as much as possible. But again, in theory, I think in the world we live in today, and sometimes I'm a bit cynical, guys, sorry, but you can ask a million questions and people just lie. People just lie. Mm-hmm. So I think it gets to a point where actions speak louder than words. I think, again, going back to the woman's intuition, you know when a man is on you. You don't even need to, and deep down inside when he's not. You know, and you want to keep trotting along, and that's fine, because we do hope sometimes they're going to change or things will get better. But every moment you're with that guy, every day, whatever you're working on the relationship or seeing how it progresses, we know. So you can ask them a question, they'll tell you exactly what you want to hear, the textbook answer. And deep down inside, you're still not happy because you know.
Yeah, because you know. Yeah,
you already know
exactly. Yeah.
So it just gets to a point where,
and also it works the other way as well, Angela. Men know.
Yeah, I'm sure it does. Yeah,
we know as well.
He's saying men know as well. Men have a sixth sense as well, basically.
Okay.
Do you? Men have intuition, yeah?
It only doesn't work when your girlfriend's telling you that another girl likes you. That's when the sixth sense is dormant. Because men like to play Stevie Wonder. What? Who? How? Why? No way, not her. The sixth sense is gone.
Really?
Do you not
We're
genuinely
not going to
not
talk
know?
about. We're not going to talk about the man friend who's always there on the other end of a line, waiting for that call. Always there. I'm just a friend. And you give it a head the line. I know his girlfriend. That means anything.
You know what?
You know that.
But one of my closest people is a male, and he is genuinely my friend. You're muted, Olu, or your internet's gone again.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you say your friend, he's someone who wanted you and he's in the friend zone, or what? Oh, well, go on then.
No, it's not someone who wanted me in the friend zone at all.
Okay.
You might think that, Trish. You might think that.
Exactly.
Maybe not now, but maybe when you met, it might have been like that. Initially when you met. Come on.
This person's got no problems getting gal or talking to gal. I'll be no different. He would talk to me if that's what it was. What's up? He's got no issues in that department. It's just not that. And it's genuinely just not
from
that.
your end. From your end.
No.
He's like my brother. People who are in my circle.
Oh, that might as well. Oh my God. He's like my brother.
Oh, what?
But I guess because I'm a genuine person, this is what it is.
No, I know who she's talking about. It's true. It's true. You wouldn't, if you see them together, you wouldn't think it's that.
There's nothing
on both sides.
People do.
Yeah, you wouldn't. I promise.
They're friends.
I do think every woman probably has that lurker. The one that lurks and seeks. And I think we had this conversation in the live before. He will wait. He'll wait. You'll go through 10 relationships. He'll be waiting for all of them to fail. But yeah, but this one's
he'll
not.
wait for you at your weakest moment. You will pounce.
Yeah.
You see that one there.
The reason I disagree, and I can confidently disagree, is because he's seen me on my knees. Let me take that back, because that's going to get taken out of context. What was
Oh, God.
Find that back out of the fucking atmosphere.
Well, that was the wrong choice of words.
No, he has seen me at my weakest many times. Those who know me know that I had 3 older brothers that died, that passed away, and he's been there through every single death. And he's just genuinely been there for me. He's my friend.
Mm-hmm.
He's my friend. I think some people just have different bonds. I believe I believe in soulmates anyway, and I believe that in platonic soulmates. And he's definitely my spirit family.
Mm-hmm.
You're muted, Olu, for a reason, because I can see your face is getting ready to say something feisty.
Oh, no. It's good. Friend, yeah?
Muted for a reason. The universe is muted.
But don't think women don't do it too. Women lurk in the winds and in the willow trees as well, waiting for the dolly house to mash so that they could possibly...
No, only the men want them there. Only the men want them there.
Yeah.
I think it does happen. I think it does happen.
Because sometimes man keeping them there can mash up his things. He doesn't want them lurking like, they can mash up his things, you see now. So men are very funny about having female friends. They have to be genuine female friends. But if you're trying to date a woman and you've got too many female friends, most women will find that a problem. You see now. So men are very aware, well, men who know are very aware of having certain female friends around them who can have 24-hour access to them now. Because it's not a good look. It's not a good look. You see? So
yeah. Gary said in the chat, British culture has started to adopt the world dating, but hasn't changed the mindsets as to what dating really is. There is a fair way to go in our culture on this. To me, the general British consensus towards this highlights there is a lack of emotional and sexual maturity to handle true dating in its truest form. Dating, which often includes sex, comes from an American culture which has been developing for generations. Yeah.
That's interesting.
But if you think about it, if we don't have the emotional and sexual maturity to handle dating, true dating, what about relationships? Because that's the next level.
Say that again, I didn't get it.
If we don't have the, I'm not disagreeing with him, but I'm thinking about it on a wider scale as well. If we don't have the emotional and sexual maturity to handle dating, then what does that say for us even more so when it comes to proper relationships?
That part.
Because relationships are not easy, and that's a next level and a different type of intimacy.
Yeah.
I would probe even further and say, what does dating mean? How does that differ from the traditional word of courting? You see now, all too often now, dating means you get to know someone and you might throw in a little bit of sex in there. You see now, without the real commitment to win a relationship. You see now, so we need to be very clear: are we courting? Are you get to know each other without having any physical, sexual intimacy, or are we dating, meaning we're just having casual sex without the title or boyfriend girlfriend? I think the lines have been blurred.
I would say dating would be like courtship, going out, actual dates, and possibly sleeping with each other. I think just booty calls are completely different things. Yeah.
Well, no. See, we're drawing fine lines. If you're dating someone, do you have the title of boyfriend, girlfriend? Are you expecting exclusivity?
No way.
You see?
No way. No.
That's why it has become a really loose word.
No.
I think dating is, you're in that, that's why they say the dating stage, like the getting to know each other, the courtship, the dates, the arranging things. Yes, you might sleep with each other, but you've not quite said, this is my man, because then it's your man or your girl or your partner. I think dating is what it is dating without the commitment, or whatever you've set the commitment to be.
Free sex.
Or getting to know each other.
Free sex.
Basically.
Free sex.
With
casual
food.
sex.
And
casual
food.
relationship.
And cinema.
Yeah.
And the
you see how
conversation.
you are? Oh, dating means we can do this. No. If you want to commit to a man, say he's your man and you're his woman. What's the problem with that?
You both
but then I wouldn't say he's dating. I'm saying in a relationship.
You're not going to say that they're your man in week one. You're going to be dating them.
But hold on. If you're dating up until the point where you start becoming intimate with each other, look, if we're going to do this, I'm expecting some sort of exclusivity here. So if we're going to go this far now, where we're sharing bodily fluids and soul ties, you're my man, I'm your woman. All too often, we don't like the title because of what it means, the connotations about it. Hence, this word dating means I have the ability to have choice.
Yeah.
You see now?
Yeah, definitely.
And with choice, there's responsibility and accountability. So if you're dating, you're not accountable to one person. You have choice. I'm not your man. You're not my girl. You see? But if we're in a relationship, it means, okay, you cut off all those options.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You see now? And I think this dating thing is where a lot of our problems with relationships are coming from, because traditionally, you talk to one man and you talk to one man. Now, women are empowered where they can say, I'm dating, which means I'm not accountable to any man. I have choice. Fine, you have choice. But in that choice is responsibilities.
You're even encouraged.
Like... So, Karen?
No, you're encouraged to people. The term people say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't thingy just yet. Get your options open. Or you haven't thingied yet. Don't just settle down with someone, the first guy you've dated.
Oh, really?
You know.
Listen to what guys are told. Sow your wild oats. Yeah?
Yeah.
Not like that, yeah? Yeah? Keep them mean, keep them keen. Yeah? Yeah? You see the difference from the other side? You see now?
I'll be back in a minute.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's about the instruction set we're receiving in terms of our gender roles. You know, because back in the day, if you was talking to somebody, you was talking to one person and vice versa. Now you can
Yeah.
be talking to somebody and we've accepted it, we've normalized it. Like, oh, well, she's dating, that means she can choose different guys. I'm one of a few. Come on, we're defining relationships.
Yeah,
It's
but I
both
think-
ways. It's both ways
Go
though.
on.
Olu, it's both ways.
Yeah, but I'm saying, I know. But I just said, look how we've normalized it. It's okay to see one person.
No, the world we live in now, yes, it's now normalized. It's like you have to have that official conversation now, and mutual agreement where you're both entering into a relationship, and you're going to be faithful to each other. But I think what tends to happen today is that people start dating, and then they get intimate, and then more so, the female runs away with the idea they're in a relationship, and she's not.
Angela, I mean, that's why we have terms like situationships. What does that mean?
Entanglement.
Yeah, what does that mean? Situation. I'm in a situationship. What does that mean?
So lack of clarity. That's what I think when I hear situationships and entanglements. For me, it just brings up lack of clarity, and not really.
But these are terms.
Like
These are
getting the
terms that
stresses
women
of a
use.
relationship, and it's not a relationship. That's what I
but
get
these are
from
terms that-
entanglements.
Now, this is,
but these
I
are
think
terms that women
situationship
use.
is a situationship is where you're with somebody, both it could be a girl with a boy, boys with a girl. It's not really working out, but you're not going to let go. So you're going to hang around. That's what situationship means. You should be walking on, but you can't. You're attached, so you're going to stay with the situation. That's what I think situationship means. Simple. You should be walking, but you can't walk. You want to hang on to what you have.
No,
So
no.
that you have,
Situation.
you wanna hang on to it.
Situationship is a woman's way of saying, I want to have more free willy.
No, I don't see that. No, I see situationship. No, I think no, Olu, I see situationship is where you're with a guy and he might have a situation. Okay, so say from a girl's point of view, you're with a guy, he might have a situation as he maybe's got an ex floating around, or he's still attached to somebody, and you're hoping he's gonna leave his situation, so you're still hanging around. That's what I think.
Yeah, but what's wrong?
Hold
Hold on. But previously, we were saying that is part of dating, where you're trying to work things out and someone might be in the picture. How does that dating now become a situation? It's the same thing.
Really. It's the same thing.
Right. But these are terms women use, because it's a woman that came out with a situation term, not a man, to justify whatever they're in. Just be very clear about that. When you tell a man, I'm in a situationship, you're not the man here. You're fucking other guys.
You're not available. Do you reckon?
Yes.
I thought if you say situationship, I mean you're still attached to something. You're not completely cut off from your ex or the person you're
Call it by its name. Let's put it by its name. You're seeing guys.
Oh, now how? But you might be an ex-boyfriend that you're not fully. I don't know. Isn't it like
why can't I just say, oh, I'm kind of seeing one guy, it's not serious, but yeah, I'm still open to offers. Why do you have to see the thing, shit, and trying to give it some sort of credence, some sort of respect. Oh, I'm in a situationship. It's kind of, no, you're seeing a guy, you haven't quite finished, but I'm still listening to what you have to say in case you've got a better offer.
Oh.
See what I'm saying now?
I thought situationship is like you're rounding off a relationship. You're ending a relationship. And you talk, oh yeah, I'm not sure what I'm saying.
Because at the beginning, you see, at the beginning now, you're like, oh, I'd like to think a guy would tell me if he's seen somebody. Yeah, you want all it your way, but when a man has, what are you in? Oh, I'm not seeing him. I'm just in a situationship. So
I
you
wouldn't
must
say
say,
that anyway.
he's married.
I wouldn't be honest like that anyway. I
What
wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that.
What would you say? What would
Nothing.
you say?
Nothing.
Oh, play dumb.
No, but if I'm talking to a guy, the same way we said that if a guy's talking to you, would you think about?
You look confused, Angela.
Yeah, I am. I'm confused now what dating and situationship is all about. But if you're single, right? But if you're, I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know.
I just think situationships are just complicated.
Mess.
Relationship, non-relationship, complicated. I don't know. Fast.
Sorry, let me go back. I would say if you ask me, Olu, and I said to you, I'm in a situationship, I would hopefully be thinking that I'm expressing to you that I'm in a relationship. That's not really going well.
Say that I'm in a relationship.
No, maybe I'm not in a relationship. I like somebody, but maybe they might be attached, and then maybe like the female's hanging on still, hoping that you're gonna end the situation, so you can then step in as the.
Then say you're in a triangle.
Yeah, but you're thinking that the man's sorting himself out. I don't even know.
Yeah.
You know, I'm trying.
I'll let you see that.
I really use the word situation. I don't really use the word situationship, to be fair. But if I do use it, I'm usually referring it to the man's in this. The man's not 100% available. That's when I use it. The man's not 100% available, so he's got a situationship going on. I'm available, so maybe.
No, I'm not having that. This is a term coined by women. Yeah. So don't say the man's not available. As a woman, situation is a woman.
I've never construed it like that. I never took it like that. Maybe
Entanglement was coined by Jada Pinkett.
Entanglement was entanglement.
Relationships wasn't firstly.
I don't even know what he means. I don't even know what too many words now.
I mean, I'm still no clearer. We've debated this for 25 minutes. Is it okay to date multiple people in the initial stages of talking?
I think it's safe to say it's up to you and the other person.
Yeah.
I think it's the safest way, because certain people are accepting certain things and certain people think it's absolutely ridiculous for you to have any expectations. Certain people don't. So I think it's up to you two when you go into it.
Yeah.
Whether what's important.
Let me ask you a direct question. That you start talking to a guy, and he says to you, "I'm sleeping with the women," but they know where they stand.
Right.
You're not taking that. Don't play brave now. Let me hear what you've got to say.
No, I'm listening. I want to hear what she has to say, Ole.
I'm hearing it. Let me hear. Let me
hear what she has to say, because I'm already swallowing hard.
So he says, because I've actually been in this position. There was a guy that I fancied the pants off. I just thought he was fantastic. Just in terms of being at the top of his field, whereas where we worked, it was very difficult for black men to get to the top of their field. And he did. Scholar, streetwise, perfect. And we went out on a date, and he said to me, I'm sleeping with a couple of girls, a couple of them on the go, but it's nothing serious, but I'm sleeping with a couple of women. And I respected his honesty, but it's the entanglement I didn't want to get into, because one of those women is going to feel like it's more than
what it is.
Are they clear? Are they 100% clear that it's just sex?
Trisha, I'll put it to you this. You weren't thinking about this other woman. You're thinking about yourself. You're thinking, don't want to compete. Let him count with all these women. He shouldn't be chatting to me. That's the real issue. You weren't thinking about the other women.
No, you don't know me. As you're now a resident panelist, and we get to know each other, and we do work with what next, you'll get to understand. Actually, my word is my bond. I treat people.
Is that understanding?
No, you'll get to understand. I lead with integrity, and I believe heavily in what you reap, you sow.
Okay.
So I don't particularly want to. If he is just sleeping with somebody and they're not together, and the girl's like, okay, well, cool, you found somebody, deuces, fine. Because it's naive to think that if you've met someone that they're not going to be sleeping with someone. It's naive. But this woman would have to really, does she think she's your girlfriend? If she thinks that she's your girlfriend, she's going to naturally have an issue with me coming and busting up her thing. So, I don't like to get into situations that are going to compromise my peace. And I don't like to do unto others that I don't want to come back to me tenfold, because I actually believe that as a law. I do. I believe what you put out there, you get back. So I'm not going to just genuinely just go into someone knowing that they've got a relationship and not care. It's just not.
It's hard, because I think you'd like to think that I'd like to think that I'm a little bit more easygoing, but I know that I would think a few Okay. So you start questioning, are you going to be just one of the few? Or, you know, where's this going? But then at the same time, I'd be thinking, well, he come up front. He was very honest. But I think it just depends. It depends on the person. It depends on the situation, the kind of situationships or the kind of things that they're in currently. I don't know. I ain't really been in that situation like that.
I want to be in that. I haven't got time for that. That's too much.
Yeah.
That should,
If he's sleeping with 2 people that he's casually sleeping with, that's too much. That's the same thing that we say.
why am I want to make myself third wheel? Why? I don't have to. I don't have to. I don't have to be that third chick. I don't have to be that.
Yeah.
Simple.
So back to the original question: is it okay for men to get coochie elsewhere in the initial stages? Because we've done a whole 360. We're now saying no.
No, it's
Exactly.
fine.
Exactly.
No,
Exactly.
I think everyone do what they want to do. No judgment, nothing. You can do what you want to do. But if a guy's dating if a guy tells me he's dating 3 women or 2 women, that's just a bit too much. I'm not really that's a bit too much for me. But if he's I don't know, if he's maybe we're talking and he's obviously seen with somebody, because I'm gonna ask him, right? And he's gonna tell me no. So I'm gonna
He wants to be honest, but he's been honest. He said, I've got 2 girl I'm running.
that's a lot.
He's
Two's
been
a lot.
honest with you.
Two's a lot for me. I don't have to. Nah. I don't really have to do that. Nah, it's not a thing. You know it's not that Martin. Unless you're a Trey Songz or Nas, then maybe I might be a bit accommodating to that, but nah.
Sabina Joseph has said, should women compete for a man? Example, a high value man.
Question.
It's a good question. For me, I'm not doing it, but some women will do it. Some women like, but not. It's not something I don't want to compete. I can't. I just can't be bothered with all of that. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And when it starts getting like that, it's just off-putting. I'm immediately turned off anyway. So there's no competing, because whereas it becomes more attractive to some women, you know, something that everyone else wants, and then it kind of puts more of a peppiness that it turns me off. So it wouldn't even be a competition thing. It would be like, have it. I'm not doing all that. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing circus tricks. I'm not competing. I'm not doing it. I'm just going to be myself. Yeah. And if that's not good enough, then that's fine. Go with the trick pony. But I ain't doing it. I'm not doing it. I don't care what he has.
Yeah.
Why do you call it a trick pony?
Because I'm not jumping through hoops and doing all that to compete with somebody else. If we're there trying to just impress each other, that's one thing. But I'm not doing all that to compete with someone else. I want to make sure that I'm my authentic self at all times. And if that's not what it is, then if that's not acceptable, or he prefers the other girl that's doing the most, then go with the other one that's doing the most. Because I'm a very laid back person. So I'm not going to show you something that I'm not going to be able to keep up just to get you and compete with other people. And I can't be bothered to be competing. I'm going to be honest with you. I can't be asked with all that. I don't want to.
But my thing is, I don't know how you can compete with another woman. It's not even possible. I mean, don't get me wrong, you might want to fight for a man if you've got that energy, do you understand? But how can you compete? If there's somebody, it's like, let me take it. If there's sometimes, I've had there's girls, okay, they find that their guy is seeing another girl or dating, cheating, whatever it is. And then they start doing forensics on social media to see what she looks, to see what she wears. You can't be that chick. You're your own chick in your own right. She's her own chick. How can you compete with another human being? You're just 2 separate human beings. So I've never really got that. Do you know what I mean? Oh, let me see what she looks like. Oh my God, is she nice? Is she pretty than me? He sees her that way, and he's not even a competition thing. Obviously, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So you can't really compete with another person, another chick. She comes with her stats. in her own natural right. You come with your own stats in your own natural right. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
So people start doing all this forensic investigation to see what the other chick looks like. I never understood that.
Okay, let me help.
Okay.
Clarify. See, what I'm picking up here is that the word compete is off-putting. You don't want to do it. You don't engage in that. Yeah, you like put it out there. But rather than use the word compete, why don't you say, well, he wants you to differentiate yourself from the people in and around him. Because if he's an attractive guy, someone that you like, you've got to understand a bit other one who you're interested in them.
Of course.
Yeah? Just as we said earlier, if you meet a guy, you expect him probably to be sleeping with someone. So if he's saying, I like you, but this is kind of people who surround me, could be the nature of his work or the way he moves. It's not asking too much to say, okay, I like you, but what differentiates you from what's around me? That's what he's saying.
But
so it's not competing right in a race, you must dance streets. No, what he's saying is, this is who I am. What value, what you bring to the table? Because women do it all the time. They do it all the time when you're assessing men. And men know that we're okay with that. So when a man says, okay, look, I'm surrounded by these people in my sphere, what you bring to the table? Doesn't mean you compete, just say, how are you differentiating yourself? That's what he's saying.
I think
how can you differentiate yourself?
You'll catch, and you'll catch my vibe. Trust me, you'll catch my vibe and you either like it or you don't. But I'm not going to do things extra or put on a show or be that little bit something that's not me to make you, to lull you into thinking I'm the one for you. You need to see me at my authentic self, and then you need to make a decision whether that's what you want.
Or not. That's part entirely.
Yeah, that full transparency mode. I'm not pappy showing, nothing. Just me as me. If you like it, great. If you don't like it, it's never going to work because there's only going to be so long that I'm going to be able to keep up that facade.
True.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
You know what? From a man's point of view, you know what is a bit disappointing because what you're saying is no man is worth making that effort to show, look, I'm special. Look what I have to offer. However, if we put it in a work scenario and you was at a new job, you'd be only too willing to impress your new boss.
Yeah. But only you can see. Only you can see.
That's work.
No, it's true though.
No,
but
I'm not sleeping.
Only the man can different.
No, you tried it. That's a reach. That's a big reach. Yeah, that's a reach. Yeah, that's an elastic band. Stretch.
Oh well, dispel it then. Dispel it.
No, it's not the same.
Not the same.
Why is it the same?
It's not.
Why is it the same?
It's not the same.
Why is it the same?
I'm coming to work to show you what skills I bring to the table to do the job. With me, we're going to be lifelong partners, or we're going to be partners. You need to see who I am as a person, straight. That's because that's who you're going to be with. The end.
Okay,
let me respond to that. With work, I have to do these skills.
That's your job to differentiate.
Okay, let me respond to that, yeah? So you're saying, this is me, yeah? Let me tell you something now. You make an effort. You want to look the best. You want to make sure you research the company. You want to put yourself in a position where you can differentiate yourself from other applicants to get that job and secure that job. And once in that job, you're still trying to impress the employer. And I'm saying what? A man who could be a lifelong partner, what, you don't put any effort for him?
Well, when I go home, I don't want to be impressing my employer. Yeah? I want to be at home, relaxing with my man, chilling. You can't be 110% yourself at work, but you want to know that you can go home, have your evenings and weekends and be you with your lifelong partner. It's different. Everyone knows that at work, it could be because you're providing a service to the public. It could be because you're teaching children. It could be because you're dealing with stockbrokers that you have to have a certain edge or make that extra effort. In some jobs, I've been in jobs where you don't need to do shit. You don't need to make an effort and you can just go up in your authentic self. But again, there are jobs like you're saying where you do need to do things, but that could be because of the nature of the job. But I need to know that when I come home, I can turn off, wind down, chill out, be with my partner and be my authentic self. And he likes that person.
Yeah, but you see, there's a big stage you missed out there. To secure that man, you got to show him attributes that you have that make worthwhile him picking you.
But he
It'd be
will
natural.
see those
It'd be
attributes
natural.
in
They'll
me
see
if I
naturally.
have them.
How?
If I have them.
How?
If I don't have them, there's no point faking it. I don't have them. So just don't worry
We
about
said-
me. Keep
we
it
said-
moving. I don't have them. I'm not going to pretend to have
Okay,
them.
right. You said earlier, hold on, you said earlier in the dating phrase, there may be a situation where you might be seeing someone, he might be seeing someone, to establish it's serious, then you let go of the other interested parties in and around you. I'm saying now, when you meet somebody and he's someone of some value, not financial here, he may have people, suitors around him. All I'm saying is, you might say, you know what? Yeah, I see that. What are you saying there? You know, it could be something about your personality. It could be something about you. All he said as a man is, well, who is Natalie? Now, if you're saying you're not even willing to show him or compete because, oh, you got too much gal around you, then that says a lot about you as women, because you can do it when it comes to your workplace, when it comes to
there's balance. There's balance. If you're dating someone, yeah, and obviously that means there's options. There's other options. They have other options. You have other options. When you're dating someone, everyone knows when you're first dating someone, you do a little spruce, you do your hair, you don't necessarily go and meet them with your headscarf. You don't necessarily lose your temper when you're driving like you usually would. There's certain things that you might not do. There's those little polishy things, but to actually do there's certain things, but for the most part, you're going to be, I think, be your most authentic self. Let them see you in every season. If they can handle it, then
as close as possible. Yeah, as close as possible. Yeah,
as close as possible. Then, but obviously, there's natural progression of when you're getting to know someone. So you're never going to be 100% comfortable because it's a stranger, or it could be a stranger. As you get to know each other, they'll get to know you for who you are. You'll get to know them for who they are, and it's either going to work, or it's something that naturally sets you apart. Do you know what? There's something about this girl, I don't know what it is, or there's something about this man, I don't know what it is, or it won't.
The type of guy that can I interject?
On a response to, yeah, go on, Trish.
Go on, you respond and then I'll interject. Go on, Olive.
I was going to just pick up on a point that Nikki made. So I'm not saying that you should put on some sort of act. Well, what I'm saying is that you should be well aware that men who are looking for a serious mate would expect a woman to put herself out a bit, because you can do it for an employer. Yeah. And in life, relationships are more important than work. Yeah. Relationships. I'm not talking about this, your man, but just relationships generally with people, more important than work. And if okay, let me put it this way. When you see a guy, do you expect the guy to come to you, or do you expect you to go to the guy? You expect the guy to move to you, to show what he's all about when he's pursuing you. That would involve an element of, okay, this is me, right? This is what I'm about. And even if he sees you chatting to other guys, he's saying, look at me. He's basically applying for the role of being your partner, girlfriend, whatever. Men understand this very well. And we also understand there's a fear of rejection. But from what I'm hearing now is that women don't even want to advertise for the job.
No.
It's like, take me as I am.
Yeah.
Really?
Because
Okay.
I think once you get to a stage where you get to understand yourself, and for me, I mean, those who are watching who know me from back in the day as well, I'm nowhere near the person I used to be back in the day. So I've still got the same soul, but you grow and you evolve. But the biggest thing for me is understanding who I am as a character, liking who I am as a person, growing to love who I am as a person, and finally understanding who I am as a person. Once you have those elements and you understand who you are, there's no frills needed, because you know what you're working with. You know who you are. So when you understand your worth, your guy is going to understand your worth, and you're not going to have to do Pappy Show to make him understand that. He's going to understand.
It's going to radiate.
Trisha, who determines that worth?
Me.
Really?
Yeah. I understand. It's about me loving myself ultimately, and who I see myself as. So if a guy was to get me as a partner, you're going to get someone that's loyal. You're going to get someone that's supportive. You're going to get someone that's hardworking. You're going to get someone that is fairly intelligent. You're going to get someone who leads with integrity. You're going to get someone who wants to build and is interested in business. Why do I have to put more Pappy Show on that?
Let me answer that, because you said earlier, I'm not even gonna hide it. I like man with money. I like money. I like man with money. Yeah, because
I never said I like man with money. Don't misquote me.
I'm
Money.
ashamed that you said.
I said I love money, and I make no bones about.
Right. Yeah. Right. No. Respond. Let me land now. Let me land. So
Land
all
factually.
all these things you say, they're very nice. They sound nice, pleasing to the ear. But and we talked about last time, the real guy that you would consider must have something about him, certain tangible things about him. Yeah. And what I'm saying is, yeah, you can have all of these things that you consider yourself, but the man who's going to move to you, yeah, he will have an assessment of how he thinks you are in terms of value. That's what I'm saying. So you can value yourself saying, I'm this, I'm that, which is good. It's good to have an awareness of yourself.
Right.
But as I was once heard it said before, that men are the consumers of women. So we place that value on women.
Well, the man who is gonna ultimately gonna end up with is gonna understand. He's gonna understand my worth. If I sit around waiting for people, because I've worked very hard to not seek outside validation and to not my worth anybody else. So if a guy, what Natalie is saying, and I completely agree with her, if a guy can't see me for me being genuine and understand my attributes and understand what he's getting, then, but because I'm not jumping through a hoop, or I'm not competing for his affection, or I'm not wearing a top and pick me, and I'm not going to get picked because of that, then so be it. Because I can't sit around waiting for people to determine my worth.
And a man won't know what you have unless you demonstrate it to him. Just like when you go for a job, just when you go for a job, if you don't apply for the job, you're not in the running.
But you can't demonstrate it unless them natural situations occur. You're not going to create scenarios just so that you can demonstrate it. I think that's what they're saying. I think if it comes up and you need to demonstrate a certain attribute, then it's going to flow naturally, and you're going to do that.
What are we supposed to do? Ollie, what are we supposed to? I'm just quiet.
Okay,
I'm just learning. I'm just trying to learn here.
Let me give you an example now. For example, you might. Let me give you an example. You might say, you know what? At this stage of my life, I ain't got time for a man who is like still living at home with his mom. He's not ambitious. He's not focused. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So you might want a guy who is driven. He's got all the things you're looking for in a man. Now, if you do not put yourself in those surroundings to meet such a man, he can't find you.
100, of course.
So what I'm saying is, you're saying, well, I'm not doing that for a man. He won't know where you are.
No, that's not the same.
No,
that's
I'm
not.
Different.
You've taken it out of context.
No,
What you're saying is, women have to compete with each other for the man's attention.
How do you compete?
You're saying, I'm not going to do that.
Okay, how do you compete? You got to be in the space of that man, because he won't know these things.
So that's
about
the only
you.
So that's what you're meant all this time.
No. What I'm saying,
No.
I'm confused.
Okay, put it this way now, right? Okay. So what I'm saying is this: you meet the guy, you think, oh, I like him. He's got certain attributes I like in this guy. But you also, we said earlier, you may be aware there may be other women in and around his life. All I'm saying is, to that man, it's just like saying, okay, this is me. This is what I do. Just by the way, if you're looking for it, you can find it here. But it sounded like you weren't even prepared to do that. That's what I'm saying to you.
No, that's not what we're saying at all. What we're saying is we're not going to chop down another girl or just base all of your validation on outside opinions.
Outside validation.
Determined by outside validation ever again. I've worked hard for that not to happen. However, if I meet a guy and he's dating other women and I'm authentically being myself, and he finds that appealing, then we're going to go further. If Valerie more appealing because she actually goes a step further by, I don't know, installing a pole in the bedroom, then I can't compete with it. I'm over that shit. I'm not going to break that. Understand what I'm saying? I'm not saying a man, especially a good man that you're looking for, is not worth it. No one's saying that. But what I'm not about to do is overextend myself and turn into someone that I'm actually not, trying to broker his intentions and affections, and then it all unravels at the end anyway, because you've got to go back to being yourself at some point.
Well, I would say yes, because a man wouldn't expect that, but then again, women do that when they adorn themselves in certain ways, and then the authentic woman that the man gets is not what he thought he'd expect, and I leave it like that. So this authentic sounds nice, but when we break it down, we do these little things to confuse man, catfish man, and
What?
Catfish.
What did you say?
Women out here that catfish.
We do call big catfish.
Oh God.
I hear what you're saying, Ollie. I hear what you're saying, though. I hear what you're saying.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, of course that happens. I think that happens with male and female. I think that happens both ways, boy.
Catfish. They hatfish.
They have, but like Angela said earlier, when I think of competing, I'm not going to go and look at the other girls' Instagrams and stuff as well and try and look like that, or try and compete with that look, or overdo it, or do more than what they're doing. Or if they're doing stuff, I'm going to try and be doing more to show that I'm more affluent. And nah, man, I'm just going to do. You're just going to do you, and then whatever happens. Happens. How many times have you been catfished, Olu?
Me?
Yeah.
No,
have you been catfished?
I don't play that one.
No, have you been catfished before?
Of course, no, come on. Because the thing is, what I look for, those things, because all these things that someone think important, not important to me. You see that? Because I learned a very long time ago. I learned a very long time ago. There's certain things that don't really move it for me. So when I see women like them Instagram baddies, I'm like, she ain't look like that when you wake up in the morning. You see that? Some men, they like that. To me, that doesn't move me at all.
Yeah.
You see now? And that's what I'm saying. Some women will go out of their way to be their non-authentic selves for whatever reasons. Yeah. I'm not saying it's for man, but for whatever reasons. And then the man buys into that and she's like, whoa, she takes 5 hours to look like that. Well done.
Jokes.
So when we talk about authentic self, it sounds good, but let's talk about the reality of it. Women, you know, the head when it comes out at night. The head when it comes out at night. When you start dating, it's matching bra and panty. 6 months into a relationship, they don't match anymore. I'm like, whoa. You know.
I'm going to bed. I'm going to bed. I'm going.
I've heard that complaint a lot, you know. I've heard that complaint a lot about the matching
it's
stuff.
True, though.
Is that a proper issue?
It's true.
Because they just be flinging shit on a Monday to Friday. Let's be real.
You know, it's matching in the early days, and then one day you just allow that man, the body comes on, you know.
What's wrong with the bonnet?
It worked like when you first, you know, innit? You sleep like this, you don't want to get, you know, like this, like this, you look beautiful like this, yeah? But is a man going to get that every night? Probably not.
If he's paying, if you can pay for a time, look, all the women that look like that, yeah, Olu, they've got time on their hands. Maybe they can afford to do that. But if you're a working woman, you're making your money, it's hard to look like that every day. You understand? If the man gonna say sit at home, just make yourself look pretty all day. I can do that all day. Go ahead, just go now shop.
But when you're talking about authentic self, you see why? When you talk about authentic, you see why I struggle with that. We say authentic self. You see I struggle as a man.
No, but because authentic self is a lot more than skin deep beauty.
It's person. You're talking about what you bring to the table.
Yeah, my whole point.
I didn't mention that. I didn't mention that. Purposely, I did not mention that.
You
authentic
did.
self.
But it's authentic self is not just about what you see on the outside.
Oh,
now,
God,
I agree with you that
that's a major part. That's the major part. What you see, because what you see is what I go on until I open your mouth. I get to know you better. So what you see is very important.
True.
All right. So hold on.
No, you can't discount that. You're trying to play it off like it's important.
That's
it's very important.
It's very important.
If I meet a woman, oh, you got lovely hair. Oh, you got this, and I find out that the hair's a weave. The breast I thought is breast is pure implant or some stuff. No. That's not authentic. That's you trying to be a misrepresentation of yourself.
Oh no.
Right. So don't
I'm
no.
not taking that personally. I don't have fake breasts, so that's not me.
No, I'm talking about you. No. I'm talking about, no. Not talking about that.
Yeah, I'm saying.
So
I'm
you
not
put
taking
a couple of clippings today, and Olu starts taking shots.
I'm not, you know. No.
But honestly, you guys
Wow.
all say that, but when it comes down to you guys, it's what you guys like. You
No.
You say that, oh, you want a natural looking chick, blah blah blah. When it comes down to it, Olu, you want that kind of look. You do maybe okay, it might not be long term, but you want that look. You want that stripper look, or you want that kind of flashy look. What you like? What you like?
Or you just contradicted yourself.
Listen to myself. This is a man talk. Let me tell you what men like, yeah? Not what women think men like. This is what men like. You see that look?
Maybe Olu, like for wifey.
Okay, I'll differentiate.
There's two perspectives what you guys go for. Wifey, more natural looking, yeah? Short-term girl, you want all of that glam. Don't play it. Don't play yourself.
Okay.
Don't play yourself.
You see that IG look, that baddie, that IG baddie. You want to take pictures of it. You want to be You don't want to introduce that to your parents. You don't know why. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
So women need to understand when you go down that path,
100.
you're going to get a certain type of man, and it may not end up in a wedding. You mean? So be very clear about it.
That's what I'm saying. But you guys got to be real with yourselves. You say, you guys, I think you guys, sometimes on a short-term thing, when you're looking for a short-term thing, you're looking for that glam girl, you're looking for the glam girl. When you're looking for wife, I get it, you look for a bit more natural. But you guys stand there and say, oh, we want that natural-looking girl. But if you're out and about, the girl that's going to catch your attention is the girl that's all glammed up. That is how it is.
You know why? Because it's, okay, put it this way. You know, like that perfect Jessica Rabbit thing, yeah? Right? That doesn't exist. So when women try to aspire to that, we're like, even if she look like that, we know that's not real. It might flatter your ego, say, oh, guess what? Look at her, yeah. But deep down, you know it's not real.
You're visualizing her though, and all sorts of thoughts. Though,
look at the intent. You want it to flatter your ego, show off to the man. Then look at me, take pictures. But
so can I just be clear, right? Yeah. So when we just did that big rigmarole, about discussion about a girl making an effort to show her attributes and to be in competition, to show why she's worthy of being with that man that we just went through.
Yeah.
Was you talking about looks the whole time?
Nope.
Well, that's what we're saying.
I wasn't. We moved on to looks later. We talked about authentic self. And then I said things that women do that are not authentic. That's a different topic completely. I
don't believe in the authentic look sometimes. I don't believe in that, Olu.
But like when women say that, I'm like, what do you actually mean? Because your authentic self is you. First thing you do when you wake up, what do you look like? That's your authentic self.
Okay.
Your authentic self in terms of your personality is, Olu, this is me. I'm not a pretender. Like Trisha said, I have integrity. I'm this. That is authentic about some people. Some people put on an act. And as Nikki said in the thing, you can only act for so long because your real self will come through. You see now. So when you talk about your authentic self, it encompasses both your physical attributes and your characteristics as a person, as a woman in this scenario. You see now. Just like
but the guy
you
doesn't know the girl's doesn't get to know her her character, her characteristic attributes until he gets past the physical side anyway.
Exactly. And when he spends time around her, you see now. Because and when I hear that, I'm thinking, well, how's the guy get to know you? Because the first thing that attracts him is the physical. Right? It's only by spending time around you.
He likes you.
Okay, that girl, she's your work. But listen, what are you willing to speak? No, I don't to dance through hoops. Just show me how you're different from all these others. That's all. It doesn't take glam up.
But we ain't got to show you.
It doesn't have to be glammed up. No.
But we ain't got to show you. That's your job. That's your job.
I'm confused then.
That's your job to pick out how I'm different from another chick. I don't need to interview to you. That's your job. If I'm seeing a guy, there was two guys, that's my job to kind of differentiate the goods, the stats between the two guys. I'm not expecting you both to be performing in front of me like entertainers.
No, but if you were considering two guys, there'll be a conversation. Say, okay, yeah, Mr. A, what are we doing? And then you have enough conversation. Mr. B, what are you saying? So I'm saying now.
Yeah.
But you won't just say, take me as I am. The man would just say, that's not enough. You see now?
No, I'm
You've
not having that. No, yeah, agree, yeah.
Yeah.
But who
And if a
does
man
that?
just said,
Who does
a man
that?
just said,
Who
don't
does
ask me
that?
no question. Bond that. This is me. You think, what's that? You're not even
Who
making
does that? But Ollie,
No,
who
But
does
you're
that?
not necessarily
No,
going to
but-
say it like
Who
that.
does that?
No, but it was coming across. Not that it
Oh.
was sounding like I'm not. If you can't take me as I am, then I don't want that man. I'm not. I mean, what I'm saying is,
Yeah.
a guy has got to know that. Okay, this woman, she's confident in herself. What is
Yeah.
it about you? Who is Natalie? You see now. But if you're saying I'm not doing it. Take me as he finds me. I'm like, well, that means you're not even willing to put yourself out. That's why I use
No,
the.
we're gonna put
employment
our
scenario.
best,
Putting
our best
yourself
hat on.
out.
What's that?
What's putting yourself out? Still, I don't know.
Showing the guy who you are.
Oh, you see that? We'll
No,
let you
I'm
know.
saying I am just being myself. So if me, that's what I mean. If me just being myself and you want more, it's clearly not for you. Because
No, I think what he's saying, Natalie.
is,
No,
No,
I'm
I
not
think what
saying
he's
that.
saying, Natalie. He's not saying that, Natalie. What he's saying is, Natalie. Okay, so you a guy, boy meets girl, girl meets boy, guy meets you, Natalie, yeah, and he's
Mhm.
asking you questions about yourself and getting to know you. Obviously, we will naturally, Ollie, naturally, us girls will put our best foot forward.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say. I'm gonna show you the best side of me. Do you understand?
Yes.
Obviously,
Yeah.
over time, you start to say, okay, well, I'm not too sure about that, but we're
Yeah.
going to put our best foot forward. Do you understand? I'm not going to be lazy about it. If I really like you, I'm going to make a bit of an effort. But at the same time, also, it's up to you to also see whether this person's also real in what they're saying. Do you understand? That's also your job. It's also qualify whether you think that person's real or matching up to what they're saying. But
Yeah, because your words and actions should match. Let me give you an example.
right,
There's a protocol, expected protocol that when you go meet someone first, that you make an effort in terms of your physical appearance. Yeah,
Mm.
right.
That's
Now, if you met a guy on a first date and he's like didn't shave, didn't smell clean,
Never.
you didn't even make an effort. You see what I'm saying now? You hadn't even made an effort, and first impressions count. What I'm saying from a woman's point of view, if I meet a woman and she hasn't made an effort like that, I'm like, well, you saw me at the rave the other day. This is what I look like Monday to Friday. I'm like, would you not even?
But who does
Stop saying
that?
that?
Oh,
No, it's an exaggerated example.
Okay, sorry guys. At what point are you saying she has to keep that up all the time? At what point is she?
No, that was an exaggerated example. What I'm saying is, are you prepared to go out your way to show the guy, look, this is me, this is what I'm all about, and it's up to you. Now you decide. You know what I'm all about. That's all it is. That's what I'm saying. It could take many forms.
But you're saying that she needs to do extra.
No, I said replace the word compete with differentiate yourself. That's what I said. Because maybe the word compete might sound like you have to jump through hoops. No.
It's
How
you
you
to make that decision. It's for you to differentiate what woman fits you best. And the best way for you to do that is for you to have a fair chance is if she's being her authentic self.
And a woman is naturally, this is what I said earlier, we're naturally going to go on a date, make an effort. We're naturally going to go on a date and not eat the chicken off the bone. Yeah? We're naturally going to go on a date, and if you get in the car, we're not going to start cussing up on the roads. Those things you're naturally going to do because it's a new person in general. You're never going to be your 100% laid back self with a stranger, let alone someone you're trying to date. So if you're going on a date, you're naturally going to dress up. You're naturally going to make sure you look good. You're naturally not going to do certain things.
Do you make
So
an
I
effort?
think those things go without saying. On both sides, people make those kind of minor efforts. But with regards to differentiating yourself, if we say making an effort on a date isn't differentiating yourself, everyone does that. Making an effort in how you look. But if you're talking about differentiating yourself and for them to kind of see your attributes, what you actually bring to the table, or what makes you different from everyone else, that's what I'm saying. When we go on those dates and we talk and I'm being myself as much as possible and we have those discussions and we might talk about certain things and I react to certain things in a certain way, I'm always going to be true to who I am.
Right.
Then you can make those decisions through those discussions. You can tell a lot about a person's mindset through them discussions. Then it's up to you then to decide if that differentiates me from other people that you've met or other people that are swarming around you. And that's not up to me to try and think it. I've gone on the date, I've been open.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? And I've been myself and I've let you in to my world the same way you've let me into yours. It's then down to you to say, okay, she's different in this way, or she's not, or she's for me, or she ain't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But actually doing the extra and like checking out the competition and then trying to one up and trying to be.
No, I didn't say any of that. I didn't say check out competition.
I think we confused. Yeah, I think we got confused with that. Yeah.
Okay.
But I get Ollie's point as well. As in, when you do get your guy, and I feel sometimes as women we do go wrong here. You can't get complacent. You can't just say it like he said. Wear matching underwear. Yeah.
No, I agree with
on
that.
the line. You wear big pants, off colored bras, and you want him to be cool with that. That's not. That's not acceptable. Do you know what I mean? You can't start changing your whole dress attire. Do you understand? Or having half bitten nails, half chipped nails. Do you understand? Like he said, at a rave, you're looking 100. Now, he's dating you, going on dates at the beginning, you're looking 80, 90, whatever. So, next thing you know, you're looking 40. You want him to be happy, stick around. That ain't going to work.
I'm going to wear that bonnet, though.
I'm going to wear a headscarf. In the morning, that'd be a disaster. That'd be like Halloween. So, I can't even be there. But maybe we could wear it maybe like in a sexy way. So, if you've got a headscarf on, everything down, pajamas is nice, underwear is nice, everything's nice, you smell nice, all those kind of things are important.
They are. I agree. I do think that guys, Ollie just said it, we thought that hair was yours, but then you ripped off the wig. But if you want us to wear our own hair, you're gonna have to get used to the headscarf, especially with my hair type. Be honest about the type of person.
Cut everything.
If it is that you want someone that can just shake their hair in the morning,
we're not white.
Date the white girl then. If that's what
we're not white.
That's not right. I agree that matching underwear should stay present throughout the relationship.
Right. Taking notes.
There's a caveat that if I am having a bad time of the month, except that I'm not going to be sexy and spinning about in heels, and I just want to be comfortable. I want to let that time pass.
Wear pajamas. Wear pajamas then.
With pajamas or loungewear. And I don't want you to pressure me to be sexy during that time.
No, it's understandable. Come on.
If I go out and work 12 hours, I might not feel like coming in after 12-hour shift and putting on heels. I might want to put on my loungewear. But I do think the heels should come out. I do think the lingerie should come out. I do think that you should do special things for your man and be sexy throughout the relationship. But I do think men have to be realistic about how often that happens.
And as long as you guys can keep it up as well.
Right, because there's certain periods where you're just not going to do it. And like you said, Natalie, keep it up. Groom your hairs as well. It's not just on us. Shit. It's not all roses when your balls are by your knees either.
Wearing off color underwear, even like just matching socks, that can't work. No. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, that can't work.
Well, we're not going to be bashing each other here now because we just keep going on. But I understand what you're saying, but it is an issue for a lot of guys. The non-matching underwear, the discolored underwear. It'd be washed out.
Moving on.
Yeah.
We do it all the time.
Woo.
You guys got the giggles.
Do you know what? It's Angela and Olu's laugh is making me laugh.
No, you know what? No, you know what it is, people? It's like Olu just being real, and us girls, we have to learn this. We can't. You might think it's okay to get away with this stuff, it's not okay. So for us, it's small things, but for guys, this is quite a big thing for them as well. You understand? But As I'm laughing at myself, I'm just laughing at myself. I'm laughing at everything as well. You understand, girl?
This is why we do the show. And like Olu was like a godsend because he's intelligent. He gets his point across. And it's a pleasure speaking with him. So you can get a great male perspective. So we've made him our resident panelist. He's our male voice for No Bravado. We love it. But we're not going to sit here and agree with bullshit either.
Yeah.
Ooh. She
No.
said bullshit.
No, I'm not saying that Olu's bullshit or what he's saying. All right, let me rewind. Please remember I've had a bad day. But I'm not saying that what Olu is saying is bullshit, but I'm not going to agree with I have to jump through hoops so that someone will pick me. I'm looking for someone who's not superficial.
Well, what did I just say? It's a win agreement, isn't it?
All right.
Olu.
Yeah.
Next topic, which is we kind of touched on it. So someone posted, this is posted by Natty NPW again. We love Natty. He's a bit of a troll as well, we think sometimes, but he does come up with some interesting topics at times. So he says, I wear a ring now. This is a woman saying, I wear a ring now, and the amount of men checking me out or talking to me reduced by 80%. My guy wears his ring and the amount of women checking him out or talking to him has doubled. What the fuck is wrong with you women? So this all ties in because we've got women that will approach your guy and they don't care if he's got a ring on his finger, they will approach your guy. So this is why now guys are saying, you have to show me that you're special so that I can pick you, because women will approach me even if they know you're there.
Regardless, 100.
Right. This is
even more so when they're married. Oh,
there you go.
More so. Facts.
So women have created the monsters then, is that what we're saying?
Women, we're just a bit more, we don't really like the girl code, like I said, in our time, guys, like 20 years ago, if a guy's got a girlfriend, he really push you off, like, oh my God, oh no, but I think in the world we live in now, girls will be chasing your man. You have to understand that. So if you're the chick, if you're the girlfriend, you have to be on point. You got to be on point in your game. That goes down to one, keeping your appearance up well, yeah? It's all like Ollie was saying, we've got to make sure I'm not saying we have to look like a superstar every single day, but we should look the best that we can't. We need to look the best size of ourselves though, the best we possibly can. 2, make sure your personality is still that nice person that you were before. Make sure you know how to treat your man. Yeah, you can't be talking to your man anyhow. You can't be doing that.
I agree with that.
You can't be talking to your man. Okay, the honeymoon period's over. You want to start talking to your man anyhow. Yeah, you want to when he comes to your house now, you want to start giving him any kind of food. Don't look, there's a girl that's always waiting to cook for your man. If you're not cooking for him at home, he's going there for dinner. Facts. Do you understand? If he comes to your house and you ain't got no food, I'm not saying, oh, you got to be that housewife. Like, do you know, I've got a cousin who's more like, she had a boyfriend for 3 years. She never cooks for him until she's the wife. But I'm just saying, if you got to make sure you got food in your house is tidy, your house is clean, you're on point in your game. You love yourself, yeah? You're not having your own self-esteem issues going on as well. Be the best part of yourself, yeah? That will hopefully, I'm not even saying you've got to beg him to stay, but he should be wanting to be stay. If you're happy with yourself and you're doing things right as a woman, I think that's me. But if you want to start doing that kind of behavior, looking off key, dressing anyhow, talking to him anyhow, treating the house anyhow, the fridges anyhow, that's on you. That's on you.
Yeah, I agree. Natalie, your face is all the way screwed up. What you got to say?
Sorry, I'm listening. I'm proper listening.
You're like this.
I know. Someone already WhatsApped me and said, fix your face. And I fixed it and then it must have just gone back. I don't even realise I'm doing it when I'm concentrating.
Oh, sugar.
Another our resident panelist, Nikki's in the chat. She's saying, sorry, we need to talk about being married. This was about wearing wedding rings, not about chicken eating.
But that's what I'm saying. Even as a wife, wives can sometimes start changing. Do you understand? I mean, as a woman, because I'm putting on weight, we have kids and all of that. Again, no, sometimes we can't always have a snatch body after having kids. But if you think it's going to be okay that you're walking up and down the shops with a headscarf now, yeah, constantly going to a party maybe with your husband, and you're going to be wearing flat ballerina shoes, and other chicks are wearing high heels, that might not really work.
And lean up
Oh
hugs.
shit! Because
Lean
me
up
and high
hugs.
heels, we don't friends.
So the guy cheat on you because you don't wear high heels.
I'm not
Even
saying that,
though-
Trisha. I'm just saying
even
women
though
just
we-
come up with.
I'm asking the question.
I'm just saying that you remember you as well as you're a wife, the guy still wants to kind of still. This is what I learned from guys anyway. As much as you're a wife, he still wants to visualize you how you were in the early days and how you were as a girlfriend. Obviously, we age, we grow, we can't look exactly the same, but you can't be going far off that either. Do you understand? Every now you all wear A-line dresses all the time now, ballerina shoes. You can't really be doing all of that.
No, I agree with you to a point. I do feel like to say appearance is physical appearance.
Not just appearance, and the way you talk to him. I mean, the way you talk to him, the way you treat him. And I think the way you talk to him and the way you treat him, I think a lot of women, they get complacent and they want to start talking to their guy like anyhow, or not like really taking care of him the way men like to be pampered. I think we start missing that.
But I do feel like I agree 100%, and I again, having males around me, having a best friend as a male, and generally having males around me, I have definitely learned that the way in which, hang on a minute, Nikki wants to jump on, and true, she's No Bravado family. But it just asks Michelle to send her.
Nikki's getting on crazy, man.
No, I agree with what you're saying, Angela, to a degree. Having males around me that have given me the foresight to understand how deeply our words affect them. So when you're in the house and you're being disrespectful and you're running up your mouth, it chips away at the love that they have for you. And eventually they don't want no parts of it. They start looking for. So no, I totally get it. I try to be as respectful as possible, and I want him to be as respectful as possible to me. The last relationship that I was in, I wasn't disrespectful at all verbally. You know what I mean? It just wasn't. Because of watching how it has, having male friends and then saying, no, when you say certain things, if we love you and you're disrespectful and you're disrespectful and you're disrespectful, it can affect the way that we see you. It can affect us not wanting to sleep with you. Do you know what I mean? There's effects by just not having respect. I get that. But where am I in all of this? He's got to be
Going back.
the prize. That's the point. I'm getting the prize by getting a good man, but he too is getting the prize by getting me.
100.
So when I'm jumping through hoops and backflips and doing all this, what is he doing to show his worth to me?
True. Yeah, I agree. It's two-way thing.
It's a two-way thing.
100.
Let me just send Nikki the link so I can get on so that she can talk. You guys talk.
So the question as well was about when you wearing the ring. So when the men wear rings, they seem to get more attention from women, and when the women wear rings, it seems to deter men. I think that's true. I know people.
It shows that they've got more integrity than we have, then, by the looks of it.
Yeah. I know people that where that situation has happened just by having the ring, that they get more attention with the ring, being a male. I also know that you do get less attention where you wear like rings as a woman on your ring finger. It's a deterrent for men, but not necessarily a deterrent for women.
Yeah.
Well, some women.
And that's what creates the environment for men to think that you have to jump through the hoops and do the pappy show, because there's so many women out here willing to be with me. If we have the ring or not, you can be replaced in an instant. And we create that environment as women by not respecting.
I agree. Yeah. Going back to what I was saying about the David Beckham example, just say if married guys are getting approached by single girls So if married men are if single girls are approaching married guys, and married women are not getting approached by guys as many, obviously the numbers are high for men.
Yeah.
Say no,
They
no,
realize
no, no, no,
now,
no,
actually,
no, no.
You know, actually, there's a lot of you out there to us. We are in demand. Hence the new attitude of, well, what can you do for me? And you know, why should I pick you? Like, you pick me because you like me, not because I have to jump through hoops and beat down Jennifer and Serena to get to you. It's ridiculous. It's either you like me or you don't.
Wrong. Wrong.
All right, Nikki's here. Let's admit Nikki and see what Nikki has to say. Hey, Nick. Oh, hey, hon.
Hello.
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 How are you?
Sorry, man. I've been working up a sweat here. You've lot been making me work up a sweat here tonight.
Nikki's been vexed in the comments.
You have been making me.
All right. So, talk to me. Talk to me. What's your thoughts?
Okay. What can I say? Like, first of all, what's our first subject? Because there's enough things got covered in these 3 hours.
Midday, all
The
3
ring,
hours
the
a
ring,
day.
the wedding ring.
The ring. Okay. I have, that is true though. I have noticed that my husband gets hit on because he has a nice big wedding ring on his hand. And it's kind of a conversation piece for me, but no, I don't get approached.
You don't get approached?
Not really.
Right. So what was you disagreeing with in the comments? What was making you wake up and sweat?
What was making me I was thinking when Angela was talking about, because I thought she was talking about 2 completely different situations. I'm getting a big echo.
No, I can't hear anything. Turn down your bits in the background.
Hang on. All right. Is that better?
Yeah, we couldn't hear anything. So
oh,
yeah.
I'm getting an echo then. All right. I've got nothing on. It's all right. Hang on. Sorry. Let me make sure I've got nothing on. No. Oh shit. I've locked myself out now. Right, here we go. That's better. That's better. Sorry. Right. So when Angela was talking about, you know, what we need to do for our men and this, that, and the other, and when your man comes over to eat and, you know, looking after your man and that, I'm sorry, but if we're married, we're dead there. You're not coming to eat, you're coming home from work. Yeah, because you're dead there. Do you know what I'm saying? So all of that impressing bit is all long gone as far as I'm concerned. Although I do know we need to keep ourselves at a certain standard to keep our mate happy, because that's what we have to do in a relationship. Vice versa, he needs to do it for me, I need to do it for him. Not that anyone's going to wonder, but you know, we're humans, we're primal beings, aren't we? And things have got to look nice for us, haven't they? So that's the bit that I was disagreeing with. And I think, you know, when it comes to men and women, there's a big disparity. This whole thing about, you know, about putting your best foot forward. Of course we do. We all do that, and we do that in all walks of life. But when I'm with my man, I'm gonna be me. And if that means with a headscarf after I take off my eyebrows and all of that kind of stuff, then that's it. Do you know what I'm saying? But obviously that's not gonna be on the first or second date. It's gonna be way into our relationship. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not going to be on the first or second day. I don't expect him to nyam and cock his backside and fart and all them things. That's not happening for now. Because if you do that, that's going to turn me off. Do you know what I'm saying? But obviously, if we're in a relationship, it's natural things to do. So you're going to things are going to come out, aren't they? Do you see what I'm saying? So that's the bit that was making me a little bit hot and bothered. And Olu, like, have you had a bad week at work this week? Has everything been okay at work this week? You seem pretty much, yeah, you seem a little bit, you know, you've been all right at work, yeah? The kids been treating you good, sir?
Combative.
The guys in the comments have been a bit quiet today.
They are, aren't they?
I got your back, Ollie. I got your back.
Angela's there for you, man.
I'm good.
I got your back,
I'm
Ollie.
good. I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's interesting to hear that because.
Go on.
No, I was just going to say that, you know, I just think it's like, I find it really, and it was very interesting when Olu was saying about authentic self. And when men hear that, they obviously think about nails, lashes, weave, the waist trainer to make your belly flat. That's what they're thinking about.
I'm glad you said it.
That's the next one, isn't it, Olu? Do you know what I'm saying? But when we say it, we mean being our natural selves with our personality and our feelings and being authentic. You know, that's what we mean. And I think, again, men are from Mars, women are from Venus. That's where we have to kind of keep speaking to ensure that, you know, we are speaking the same language. Because that's the thing, we speak totally different. We're saying the same things. What's the word, sir? That is I can't remember it. There's a word where, you know, it's spelt the same, but it means different things.
Yeah.
It's an English. Do you see what I mean? And that's what it is. We're saying the same thing, but we're meaning totally different things. So the outcome is different. And we're misunderstanding each other.
Yeah, because I think, you know, when you start setting yourself up to say, you know, I'm gonna just extend myself to get this man, when you get tired and you can't do it anymore, you just have to be real and realistic. And I agree with both. I agree with parts of what Angela was saying. I do.
Yeah, no, totally.
I do think you have to treat your man well. I do think you have,
of course,
you know, pull out the stops every now and then. But is that going to happen every single day? No, it ain't.
Yeah.
And if you're tired of me, then that's not the guy for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not an animal or a machine. I'm a human being that works hard and I'm tired at times.
Exactly.
I agree.
So
yeah. I agree.
And I just think a lot of it is not.
You take my internal values as well as my aesthetic values and allow me to be human.
Yeah.
You know, even the Instagram model is not looking like the Instagram model every single day. So do not expect that to happen.
I agree. I agree. I'm not saying the wife should be wearing heels every single day. I'm not saying that, girls. But you just have to just look for yourself, anyway, before your man, for yourself. You look your best for yourself.
That's what I was
anyway,
going to say.
Yeah,
can I just jump in there, ladies? Can I just jump in there? It's quite interesting because we're talking about the things that you would like and stuff, but you see these things that you think are precious from men, they're precious from women because the standards that you adhere to are standards defined by women.
Because we are women.
Yeah, no, so, and all too often women think they know what men like without asking men. So all this DBL, that seems to be the rage of a lot of women, yeah? Have you gone up to them and said, oh, do you like that?
Yeah, but okay, Olu, because Olu, a lot of times women are not doing things for men. They're doing things for themselves because that's what they think.
Myth.
No, but that's what they think. That's what they think the beauty standard is, the big bum
Not
and
a
the
myth.
facelifts and all of that.
It is a myth. Speak to
You know,
people who have done it.
I don't think
Speak
that's
to
a
people
myth.
who have done it, and if they're honest with you, they say to you, you know, I did it to increase my attraction or my click rate, that'll get more attention from men. Women certainly do these things for themselves. Why would you put yourself under that unless you want more attention from the opposite sex? It's a fact.
Maybe it is because of that. But
It is a fact.
Yeah, but I think they're doing it because they want to do it. They're not doing it because...
Yeah.
I don't think they're doing it because they're outwardly doing it, because I want more guys to look at me. That's the outcome. Yes, that's going to be the outcome. And they know that's going to be the outcome if they get big, massive fake tits or a big bum done. But I think they're doing it because none of them are going and doing it because, that geezer said to get a bigger bum. And then they're going to do it.
Okay.
They're doing it because they probably do in the back of their mind, it's gonna call, the outcome's gonna be more male attention. But I don't think that women are going out getting lashes, weave, whatever and whatever for men. No,
Okay,
they're doing it
let me-
for
let me-
themselves,
It's like
which then
pampering.
in turn
No,
has
it's not pampering, because when you're going under knife, severe operation, that's not pampering. Yeah, that's quite invasive surgery.
Yeah.
Let me bring
Yeah.
to your attention now. Right, so
Well, not that. No, not
okay, let me
under
take from my
knife.
point of view. So you're with a guy, and you notice he's always looking at that woman with a big bottom and a big breast. What's wrong with you? And you're not that girl. So subconsciously you're thinking that's what he desires, but he's with you and you're not that girl. So what you're saying is, if this is what my man desires, I'm gonna keep him interested. Maybe I have to look like that or as close to that as possible. That's a major driving force in why women, especially young women, are doing this. Yeah, because this is quite serious surgery we're talking about.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know.
very serious.
Yeah, I
It's
think
very
there's
serious.
I think there's a little bit in what you're saying. There's a bit of what you're saying is true, but I do believe.
Okay, let me put it
I
this way
think
now.
that they're doing it for themselves. Because my husband, if a woman walks past him with big batty and big titty, he's gonna look at her, innit? He's a man. He's gonna
Thank you.
look. So he's
Yeah.
gonna look. But I don't think that's what he desires.
No, but what the thing is,
So I'm
he
gonna
hasn't
go and
made-
get myself sorted out. So he's got one at home.
No,
No,
but Nikki, it hasn't made you feel so insecure that you feel you have to do that. That's the difference.
no, of course not.
You see now, and what's happened is, especially a lot of young girls in relationships, they're feeling that, you know what, this is what the guy's running after. This is what they're seeing in the strip club. I might have to look like that just to get the attention. You see
But
now?
is it what they're
think about-
desiring then,
Think about
Ollie?
this. Think about the state now, right? Imagine a young woman in her prime doing that to her body.
But
Young
is it
woman.
what women is that what men are desiring then?
That's what they believe men are
So
desiring.
you're saying that that's what girls think that men desire. That's why they're going out and
Right,
doing
because
it. to
you know
them.
what? Standards change over time. Back in the 80s, it was the slim look. That's why a lot of women were having serious medical problems through bulimia to try and attain that look.
Mm.
Yeah. Then we went through the stage where, well, it's the busty look. Then we had the Coca-Cola bottle shape. Now it's a DBL. Yeah. So now women have now made a conscious decision to say, I want to design my body in such a way that I'm gonna, if I'm Instagram, I'm gonna get more clicks, more attention from men. Yeah. They've gone that far.
Yeah, but I just
Quite serious when you think about it.
yeah.
And some women are competing with each other. Who's got the best? You see that? That's women doing it against women. It's not men. It's women doing it against each other. They're competing.
Yeah, I see what you. I
Yeah.
kind of get your point. I get your point. I kind of get your point. I do think though there's a bit of balance there. They're doing it because they think they think that's the lick, don't
Yeah,
they?
right.
They think that's what's
No man is going
wanted.
to say to you, you know what, your tits are too small. Go and get a breast job. He's not going to say that. You say, go get a breast. You know what I mean? He's not going to do that. But a woman in herself will internalize and think, you know what? That's what he likes. He says he likes me, but he keeps looking at that. I need to do something.
Well, I told I want lipo anyway. I said when he wins the lottery, I'm gonna have lipo.
See?
I've
And
got
why
a
do you
full-
think?
I've-
Why do you think you need lipo?
I don't think I need lipo. I would like lipo because I've had 4 babies and I've got a
Yeah.
saggy belly,
And
and
your
I
husband
don't
loves you
want
like
it.
that.
Maybe he does. I don't. Maybe he does, but I don't. So it's about me now. It's not about
About
him. It's about
you.
me. It
What
is
about
about
he-
me because it's
Yeah.
mine. It's mine. It's not his. It's mine.
You're his.
No.
No, you're his.
Let's not get in that conversation, Mr.
Another
Olu.
Okay,
This
so
guy.
I'm going to interject quickly because we have a comment from Gary Taylor who says that I honestly think the same challenge looms for all parties. So we have to be conscious of that. If you don't show you are attractive and your personality and behaviors the type someone wants to be with and you don't remain as such, you lose the person. If your authentic selves means you aren't showing up well in those areas, then you inevitably lose that person.
Great point.
That
As
is
we
true.
said.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah.
That is very true.
I just think you have to be your authentic selves, and if you match, you match.
Yeah,
But if you don't,
I've been told that my
Come on,
authentic self
man.
is a bit too much sometimes. So, hey, it's not for everyone.
yeah. But it's for your husband.
Well, the same person that I was not. I said, no, I'm not getting into no relationship. No, I'm not doing none of that. No. 5 years later, we were married.
Yeah. So yeah. So some of the comments that we got, I knew guys who weren't married but wore rings to pick up women. Women were way more attracted to them when they saw the ring. This was in the States though, but I think this happens all around.
Wedding rings and pushing the pram. My dad used to take my kids out all the time because it used to catch him gay.
And you know, as Olu said, a lot of this, some of this we have to take responsibility for as women.
Yeah.
Of course.
Swooning over the most simplest stuff. Oh look, he's got his baby. Okay.
Let me just go and bust up that dolly ass so that I can just take away the man from his family and like, because you can. We've got to really try and we should do a show on the psychology behind that. Why we should make.
Trisha, can I just say that Roger made a very interesting point there. If you read his thing,
read it out for me, Olu.
Wedding ring on a man is a stamp of approval. Wedding ring on a woman is a deterrent. Women become curious to what made another man want to commit to that particular man. I've noticed if I'm walking alone, I only get attention. I only get a little attention. But if I have an attractive companion, the attention goes through the roof.
That's true. That's true. That's true, though.
Yeah.
We just want things that have been
approved.
No, you like what if you is there's something about, you know, you say you don't like to compete, but if you see a guy and he's even an attractive woman, you think, wow, if he can get that, what is it about him? It makes you curious, interested. Whereas if you see a guy that nobody wants, you think, well, if nobody wants him, why should I have him? It's that sort of mentality.
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm just putting out there.
No, yeah, you're right there. I'd agree with that.
Read this comment for me. Read the two comments. One's from Davina John, one of our favourite members coming in now. We love Davina, but she was replying to Natalie. So read both of them for me, please.
For me to read it, sorry, I didn't hear that.
Yeah, you read it, Nikki. Yeah.
Okay, Natalie said it does work when you wear that ring on that finger, defo. Defo as a woman, it does deter the gents. I've heard women are more interested in men that are married, but I will never understand it. Davina says, I would never check a married man. That's the first thing I'm looking out for. All know the signs as well, as it's gonna jinx my chance of getting married. That's bad juju. Plus, what type of woman wants to take or knowingly pursue a married man, someone's man? Where do these women come from? It's so morally wrong. It is.
But it just sounds like
it's true.
Yeah, it just sounds like that it is the oh, come on. It sounds like it's the norm. So we're sitting there saying, you know, it's morally wrong when there's girls out there that are setting to take your man. So going back to what Angela said, keep it spicy at home because your competition is fierce out there. But at the same time, I am uncomfortable with jump through hoops so that you will be picked.
Yeah. And like we've said before, it comes down to the integrity of the man that you're with. Because any type of girl can chat to my husband, you know, because he's a free agent. I can't tell you who can talk to him or who he can talk to. That's not my role in life, yeah? Any kind of girl can chat to him, but it's down to him who he engages with and in what manner. Because he knows me and he knows how I'm going to be. So if there's anything inappropriate or things that he thinks I'm not gonna like, then, you know, that's on you, not me. Whether I
Nikki,
put on the sexy undies last night or the high heels or not, that don't matter. Sorry.
Yeah, but again, Nikki, as long as the man, whatever your husband or whoever's husband is happy at home, that will work. But if you're, I know, like even I know married men that cheat.
Yeah, but even if the man is not, but even if the man is not happy at home, that's on him, not her, because she never put on the sexy knickers and the shoes last night. That's what I'm saying. It's on him, not her.
Yeah, I'm not blaming the wife here, but I'm saying at the same time, I'm not blaming the wife here, but I'm saying at the same time, I know married men that cheat. Yeah. Something happened pretty recently, and the man simply said he wasn't happy at home. Yeah, and the reason why he cheated to another chick who lives on the next street, who's best friends with his son at the same school, yeah, is because He said when it all came out, the family all came out to the family. He said that this woman, this side woman, she treated him like a king. Simple as that. She
But
just
how long
pampered
is she
him
gonna
like a
keep
king.
that up for?
What?
How long is she going to keep that up for? Until
No,
she...
I think it's just a case. Obviously, she isn't her husband, but she got to maintain him every single day. You understand, Trisha? He's with his wife. His wife is a little bit moany. I won't lie. His wife's a little bit moany. His wife just is about 20 years older than her age. His son's best friend's mum looks nice. Obviously, she's also looking at him. Next thing you know, they start linking, going to hotels. It all comes out. And when they asked him, "Why did you cheat?" And he said, he just said she pampered me and treated me like a king. It lasted for 3 months, but that's all he was looking for.
What, and is Daliel's mashup, yeah? Marriage mashup, or did she take him back?
Almost.
She took him back.
She took him back, but she brings it up every single day. So he's still gonna check out soon anyway.
Yeah.
But again, like I said, it's whether
She don't
or
talk
not.
to him. She don't talk to him well. She don't talk to him well. Though.
And I believe that, you know, we all need to have our things, our ways and everything like that. But again, if my husband cheats on me, then I ain't gonna hold not one piece of shame, because that's, again, I'm gonna keep saying it, it's on him, not me. Because if you have a problem and you think that I dress too old, or I'm too moany, or I'm too this, or I'm too that, chat to me, innit? Don't go and shake my girl around the corner.
That's
Come
communication.
and chat to me and tell me that there's a problem.
But that's the thing, Nikki. As long as you've got communication, you can solve a lot of things. You understand? But if you don't have a communication, you're not happy at home. You don't have that communication. This is the guy that you least expect to cheat, and it has caused a lot of damage. You understand? But when he just said simply, it's only because the woman pampered him. That was all it was.
Yeah, and she knew what she was doing. That's the whole point. Like Ola was saying, she knew exactly what she was doing, because it's her picnic boy, best friend, mother, man.
She was going to the kids' parties and everything. She was in the house, going to barbecues. She was
People
there.
And it's the Portia Williams treacherous behaviour that we were talking about earlier. You come into people's house, eat their chicken, drink their wine, and teeth their man. It's disgusting. But with that said, we are going to wrap up. I've had a day from hell, so I need to go and unwind. We've been on for 3 hours. So, as always, I love you guys. So, Angie, it looks like you're going to be a resident panelist as well then.
I hope I don't get a hitman coming after me, though.
Nah, no hitman.
Right, Angela, you married? Because you might get a couple man looking you, but
definitely not. Nah, I'm not married.
She likes Olu.
I'm too managed. I just think a lot from a man's point of view. I do, and
that'll be good for men then. They'll like it.
Yeah, I know, but then we become a bit too buddies. I know what they're doing. I don't understand what they get. I know their game.
Right, this is the problem, that part. Because Angela, you've got 3 older brothers. Oh no, they're not
3 brothers. 3 brothers, but a lot of my friends are male friends.
Brothers.
Yeah, I got a lot of male friends.
When you work with men, you get an understanding, and then if you've got friends, you do. I do see men's point of view quite often. I do, but there's certain things that I'm just not going to be like, oh, I see everything, and I'm going to. I agree, Trisha, but I think you also have to learn.
I think like when Olu's talking, we also have to learn, because honestly, I've sat there for hours, right? And the best conversations that I learned, I used to own a nightclub, right? And this was in Ghana, and then after the doors shut for the club, like 5 o'clock in the morning, men are sitting there till about 9 o'clock in the morning, drinking and talking about women. That was the most valuable. I don't say nothing. I mean, I say something, they stop talking. When I say that's my most valuable lessons about learning about men, how they see women. I'm not saying I agree with it. Obviously, I'm a woman, so I didn't agree with everything. But I learned that is literally really, it really
it's valuable.
Extremely.
It's valuable.
It's to understand their way of thinking. I don't agree with all what they say, but it made me understand their way of thinking, which is probably why I'm a bit male-minded, orientated. Yeah.
Yeah, I get it. So you won't get a hitman.
No.
Invite you back again.
Nikki's gonna kill me.
You'll get some marriage proposals, Angela. Don't worry. When I start the dating app, I'll come for you. Don't worry.
They were saying that we should start a No Bravado dating app, but Michelle's put in there, we're not accepting no liability for anything that's gone wrong.
There you go.
No Bravado takes no
babies, no Daliel smash up, nothing.
Yeah, we got a little horny group growing here, I must say. But let's see where it goes. But we definitely want to do a link up.
Yeah, in the summer.
Lovely.
Yeah. in the summer. Isn't it,
Some sort of social event.
Nat, you're on mute.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
No, Natalie's on mute.
Oh,
I
right.
can hear you.
Some sort of social event, because when you put those pictures up,
Sorry.
right, you could see people put a picture to a name. That's quite interesting. Don't you
Yeah,
think so?
Mm.
it is.
Definitely.
Yeah, we've got to have our white badges with our names on it, because
Okay.
we're not having no undercovers.
All No Bravado we're doing is hosting a link up. We're not doing no speed dating badges. We're not here for it. We're not doing none of
Wherever the link, I'll sit on a table and I'll have a Sharpie and a roll of labels or something. People got to put their names on themselves and they be identified.
Okay.
I agree.
So
That'd be
And
nice.
you've got to put your Facebook name on there.
Right.
That's true.
We'll set it all out.
But yeah, we'll get planning, and our resident panelists, you lot will have to make sure that you're up front and center.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Defo. I'm cool, man. I'm lovely. I'm I'm old woman now, 4 kids, married. So
Yeah.
I love doing all the Cilla Black, the setting up, everything. Yeah, lovely.
All right.
Food, drink, fun. What more do we want?
Yeah.
So what? I'm the Simon Cowell, yeah.
You're the teacher. You're like, oh, sir.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is as well? I think the reason because Angela said, I like Olu, like when we were admitting you. We like to hear your perspective because, as I said, it's intelligent, it's concise. We don't agree on everything, but we understand where you're coming from, and seem to be. I don't want to say high value man because that's just ridiculous. But you seem to be a man that is able to back what they're saying. That makes sense. So I can't hear you, Olu. So
no. What I'm saying is, when you say salient points, I'll agree with them. But if I don't agree, I'll call it out.
yeah, and
Likewise.
vice versa. So
Yeah.
Love to argue with Olu. It's so much fun.
But no, we love your male perspective.
Yes.
Thank you.
We do.
And yeah, you are now our resident male voice. We've claimed you. We do like to hear it, but there are some things I just know at this age, heading into menopause, I am not doing.
I'm telling you.
Bottom line.
Nah, sorry.
Yeah.
Take me as I am.
But you know what? You know what is, ladies? I like to feel that I'm giving you a temperature of what men are requiring out there. It's important that you hear
I'm
it.
grateful. I'm
It's important that
learning.
you hear it, because sometimes you might feel, oh, I'm not doing that, but then you'll realize, actually, maybe I should have heard that. Because if I had received the instruction I'm receiving now 20 years ago, I'd be a completely different man.
Oh.
So now when I
but
talk to
20 years ago, you couldn't, because, our brains weren't fully developed. Like the psychology of it, our brains weren't fully developed 20 years ago. Well,
it wasn't that. No, what I'm talking about is the instruction set. So my parents didn't download this information to me, especially my father.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now I feel almost duty bound to tell my sons, my nephews, young men around me, listen, don't do the mistakes I made.
But do they listen to you, Olu?
They have to, because I'm like,
Do they?
Listen, no. You know what it is? If you don't tell them, they can't say, well, Dad, you didn't tell me.
No, I agree with you there, because I've got twins that are 26, and
Wow.
we talk about, especially when we talk about guys and sex and all of that kind of stuff. I know they're listening, but they're 26. I'm in my 40s. I'm nearing 50. So my brain is totally different to their brain, because they haven't got the experience that I have. And I know it's for them, it's whether or not that experience that I impart on them is whether they take it in or not, isn't it? That's the basis of our relationship, whether or not they take my experience, listen to it, and go through life, or they're gonna go through hiccups on the way. But I want them to have hiccups on the way, because life isn't about the rose-colored tinted yellow brick road kind of thing, is it?
Yeah, but what I was saying is, it's different for guys, because what I like to do is tell them, share my experience, and then show them models of other men, young men, doing well. I said, talk to them, tell them how you got there. You
Yeah.
see them.
Yeah.
It's very
No,
important that
fair enough.
young
That's-
men engage with guys who you want to be like, so they can see it, touch it, feel it.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
see them. But our parents just said, do this, do that, but they couldn't show us what it looks like.
Yeah.
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 You see that? And I
Totally.
think that's very important, modeling
Totally.
as well as giving that information.
Totally.
I agree.
And that's
And
where I'm
just
at.
one quick other thing, Angela, I didn't agree when you were saying earlier on about young people these days, because like I just said, I've got two 26-year-olds and every single one of their friends have got degrees. There's a couple doctors, there's a couple barristers and solicitors. So they're not on that flex. They're not on that Instagram flex. They're not. But what I'm saying is, those people that are online and all that, they're the minority in my opinion. In my opinion, they're the minority that get most of the noise and everything. So we've got a big community of young people that are trying to do the right thing, but it's just getting a bit sticky for them sometimes.
Yeah.
But I agree. Even the young ones, though, Nikki, a lot of them are entrepreneurial. This my time, I was raised to be, I've got to be a lawyer, I've got to be a doctor, I've got to be an accountant, I've got to be a pilot, I've got to be one of those.
100%.
Whereas now, even when I'm raising my son, do you understand? He doesn't have to be one of those. You understand?
Yeah.
He can actually,
There's more choice. We've got more choice.
Right. They've got more flexibility. Yeah. So it's not all. I'm not saying all of them are just Instagram flex. Some of them actually have a business which they run on Instagram and they're making money. Some of them are making millions. They're making millions. Some of these young kids. You understand? So both ways. So yeah. So I agree. That's fun.
Really got it together. Right, wrapping up.
Lovely.
He said, not being happy at home makes men do strange things. So he's agreed with you, Angela.
Yeah, I liked him. I liked it already.
Okay, yeah. All right, ladies and gent, our wonderful gent and my wonderful ladies. Thank you so much for joining us.
Okay, ladies.
Stay blessed,
Another
everybody.
great show. Another great show.
I know, right? Good time. I'm not even tired.
We love you guys, but it's been 3 hours. So 2 weeks, we'll catch up again.
See you soon, babe.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.
Bye.
How do I leave?
Hey.
Hello.
Hello, my darling. So, another show done. How you feeling about it?
Good.
Interesting.
Really interesting. I was sitting here, I could feel myself getting a cold. You know, when you're starting to feel run down,
Right.
like my throat is itching. I'm thinking, oh, come on. But it was a really good show.
Yeah.
Really, really good. It's interesting. You know, I just like to argue with everybody. Everybody. Yes, I love you too. But yeah, no, it's so interesting. I sat there. Some of the times I was quiet because I went through a few moments of realization. So I clocked certain things. I did learn some bits in there. I'm not ready to share that on here. What I learned, but some of it I was deep and like, fucking hell, for real, like raw. So yeah.
I definitely agree with a lot. You know, and I do think we do have to make allowances and efforts, but I am never going to be that show poodle.
No. That hoop is getting air from me. I will not be show jumping through it.
But you know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
100%. Yay.
So, anything you want to talk about? We'll shine a light on before we go.
No, not really. Just everyone follow What Next, the What Next group, just about empowering the Black community. We've got a few things coming up soon. Black Hair Store, Niall, we've got some new items in and we've restocked on some of the ones that sold out quite quickly. We've also introduced Clear Pay, so you can now pay in 4. Yes, and it's interest free because we had a kind of moral dilemma. We said, oh, do you know what, we're not going to do it, because it's like a well-being hub as well. So it felt kind of contradictory to then put people in debt. That's what it felt like. But after we had like a long conversation and we kind of checked them all out, ClearPay was interest-free. And it was just 4 installments, so it was more digestible to kind of do, and gave the people that want to do the bulk buys but don't really have the means, the kind of options. So, but nothing else. I'm just looking forward to meeting up with you ladies next week and cutting a rug.
Street Sound Brunch.
The Street Sound Brunch.
And Studio Express, Fifth Avenue, they put on their Street Sound Brunch. So it's the first one that we're going to be going to, so looking forward to that. It's our moderator and our producer's birthday this Friday, so we are going to turn up, Miss.
Turn up. I reckon I've got 2 left feet though now, because I don't know. I reckon I've probably got 2 left feet now. So bear with me next Sunday.
We'll figure it out. It'll be all right. I just wanted to mention, thank you guys. This group is going from strength to strength. We are just here being ourselves, genuinely wanting to have conversations with intelligent people to give us some insight, and you guys never fail us. You post, we love you for it. Your interaction is great. It's been a little bit quiet on the chat today from the guys, but girls have been chiming in. But overall, I do think that our group members are the best. You know what I mean? They give me life, they make me laugh, and just want to encourage you to keep doing that. Let's keep growing this thing. Let's keep having these conversations. Let's try to make a difference. Let's try to bridge the gap between, well, some black men and some black women. Let's just keep going. So thank you for that. I also want to mention that as the world opens up, we will be doing a cupcakes and cocktails where you guys can come, have some cupcakes, have something, sip some Prosecco, and we'll be doing it at our stockists, and I'm going to be doing like a huge sale. So it will be available, all of sale items will be available that day, and we'll be introducing some new pieces, some new collection pieces as well. I've got some in today, that you can't really see them on the screen, but these are all cowrie shells and beads. So quite an earthy vibe. Our new collection is Anks and Nefertiti heads, and quite statementy and very regal and royal. So I'm looking forward to showcasing that. So cupcakes and cocktails will be on the 3rd of July at my stockists on Fontell Road, Fashion Capital, or the Designer Collective, 113 to 115 Fontell Road. We're open now, so you can come and check us out, or you can check out Diva Choice on www.divachoice.co.uk. That's all I want to say at the moment. I'm gonna go and like literally rinse off this day. It's been awful, but I'll tell you about it offline. All right, babes.
Bye. See you later, and see you later, guys. Thank you.
Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sharing. Keep sharing, inviting people to the group. We love you for it. Thank you.
Yes, we do. Bye.
Bye.